Newcastle tifie Emma Barcelona kutwa na kamino a omo entimi anti-Marcus Rashford and share 2 goals in the Barcelona. Then I remember Branton and enti Marcus Rashford na no Manchester no nie. And now a new Marcus Rashford. Hey! Bo! Okay. Ore e come about this sound come no. Man City tifie Napoli kamino a omo so entimi anti-Eyakano. Afe Club Brugge omo tifie ehye 9 Emma aye Monaco omo te kano and so aye Bakuna Copenhagen and Leverkusen game no about 2-2. Now the tennis sounds are na yentimi amma but your special mention be enne e de adwumadi ni so be kan ho asem and ya wonte dia me sa aka obi ba me omo tifie omo share Chelsea kamiensa Emma Chelsea te kano bako a special mention ya be sa aka ho asem kakra Edi amamundiye ntia nkofo yi akoto for me kamiensa. Of course ye be league ni nso a esa to aso no of course the big game Manchester United and Chelsea game na nso no ye be din komo no kakra edi afa ho na ye be fia the Ghana Premier League na esa ato aso day 2 Mediama ebo Vision FC na ochina adi Accra Sports Stadium no CAF Champions League prelims no ye nuanim baby any Gold Stars omo and the JS Kabili and Abobo make us say Kabili for na baby do koto konso adia chen Sunday na omonso ebo Kwara United of Air Nigeria make us say Kwara for no fi Nigeria ababi do and so ye be kan wasem awo eye dwumadi nene na man for say na and the Accra Sports Stadium Gold Stars you see the Saturday na koto konso you see no eye Sunday. What is pitch? Okay ni na yakoba na every sound common awo aye dwumadi no so Nhyira 104.5 Friday edition of Nhyira Guitar Pass was at here is airborne. Thank you very much for choosing us over the others. Yanko mrana fi garbage from cabinet foreigner at here on fine chance every child near Mobete Bismarck Usu Bempa Ayala enka sa and so and Fifi Manfred on so no Mobete enka awo aye dwumadi no and so yeko amanene and so aba
Amuzu
Mimi adomwe na Chelsea for nse men kan Chelsea nye di ni ma o club Manchester so mebo Champions League ne bi
yeah me bubi ba e be show me this weekend Bayern starting enyumre
yi
dey dey ato aso
the Champions League nkomo ne yedi
ho dey
to mo se men kan Chelsea enye di ni
ye di bi enye ye
e dey Champions League na e bon club akofo na beje
ye ne Grimsby mu na
club na bo ni na ba akofo na beje na se ummo bi a wo hye na o to bo wa park so de enu no omumfu because sanga omu ba emei na nka wo so bo ochina then o yo ma against o chon wo so no so betu ayo against na ummo bi kura o tie china o to bo wa park so de omu emfu kura which Champions League na start
okay
and the action is straightforward this is among go for and the Arsenal Rich.
I'm for say United to me crash a bebawa. Arsenal say bebawa and share news.
You see? Now say this season yet beba on kwa na Arsenal show mo.
Yeah.
And Rich, so we should game out. You only look at certain things as an analyst. This season, say we will be out there radio. There some trouble for kapa for Arsenal team no. How they built a squad index. Arsenal squad necessary. Are you so deep, Rich? Now, everyone so share game media. The amount Arsenal share about was their bench. And another man who say okay, say some job for you going to say, Charlie, Arsenal a movie a little bit higher. In terms of Omo level because Omo body a very good bencher. Now start to say there be your games in then you understand. I reach any Monday here the original I can say Arsenal win against Nottingham Forest na Zubimendi any Victor Jokers they say can you go cinema omu enti new players no matter about team and on my head man. So for Monday and then Wednesday, let's me the same I have said in the question say Arsenal recruitment on my you I'm a man squad in depth. I'm a new Omako Bebao Omubu game in the second half. Coach in Leandro Trossard and Martinelli but I'm say 2 second half goals. I'm a Arsenal and a winner for. Look, the story is becoming too consistent. Say Arsenal aboard the squad. And that is what I want Omo Mutienu to get in the picture correctly. Which okay this argument. Arsenal Ekoto Eze. The Bekachi will say, Minister Eze is very good, but I hear from Obabo Arsenal team, and that on team to Martin Odegaard. So are you fit now about in the number 10 position? Arsenal fans, you that the island and you Odegaard are sent over to Gabriel Martinelli. Emma, here and then Jam Ketchup say, the enemy Ginisa Martinelli wa as the enemy. Aye, say Arsenal air in Omu 4-2-3-1 now. Sa 3-1 na what strikers na chino. Mikel Arteta I prefer 2 wide players in Bukayo Saka and Martinelli because of width and pace. But as the only pace of a very very good dribbler, only money Kutani but only pace.
Over slow game no.
And no somewhere he started with Eze. Omubu game no who say no the bar for no they are stretched now. Onya pace na wings one. Oyi Eze or the Martinelli by Rich the first touch. A ball into the space. He ran with the pace now one and a crochet goal no and unlocking the bar for no and a Trossard and the second goal no a count. Arsenal very very formidable. Now Rich what you say on the record be to form. Arsenal and they are the only English team which say consecutively 6 times on Manchester finals in a Omachobuti. They are beating Sevilla 2 times. And then almost Girona. And last season over I almost say Madrid home and away. Now they've added Bilbao. So Arsenal as a Spanish teams 6 times in a row Omuno Machia. And that is how Arsenal Brody Omunio Mana Omu Ayeno to have an SG of 1.10 and score 2 goals here. And just Arsenal did the job. Look, and now the point, Madame be frame or Real Madrid knows Ayala. Ubea Saman go faka so ye Barcelona and Nitina or Casa. Nasa Masedi eating ye meshobo. Ye put game. The same person called me. And I'm say, someone really game no. But are you convinced about the win? I said, Charlie.
2 penalties.
Myself on the side, we needed 2 penalties to beat them. The second penalty, highly controversial. First one, look at Kondogbia as experienced as you are. Why do you give it out like that? But Rich, the bottom line is said, Adam and about Real Madrid were going to find ways to win. And see, whether it was difficult, whether it was no. Now you been about saying the penalties in pa. And can Real Madrid be quite for so and I say, and I must say for the more penalties. But Rich, in kakran, the Real Madrid team, and I think this is about the 6th time I make her. In kakran, Rich, the Real Madrid team is turning into a Kylian Mbappe team. He has taken full dominance of the team. And as always in a lineup, Vinicius the bench, and I would go Muchabo. On the right, Ibrahim Diaz, Antoine Muchabo. But Vinicius, Kylian Mbappe seems to be rich. Only the is supposed to be there, and the 2 goals. Emma team from Real Madrid, and ya win no ever. Look, you're starting game no North London. 4th minute, Anna Luis Jr. and your own goal. That was enough. That is Thomas Frank for you.
Keep an eye on you. No end.
The new just cross air by him.
So, Chino, so any day
you don't know. But Rich, Coach Mr. Thomas Frank, you know, on phone, he is one of the most pragmatic coaches any game managers in Libya. And so, Onyagona, Obo game no say bono. Ni timi for me nka ho no. When you realize all look, mami defend na yam pon na me from 1-0 na me nyati. Tottenham are back in the Champions League when Oma started with a win against Tima, your friend of Villarreal. Now to this. Now Rich, minim se washa on the Betway app no so. Se opeke team bi se obe winia. The app automatically gives you matches nibi. And now, the moment you say Benfica will win against Team FN Karabakh, they give you 2 app options. And see, what it means is that what you say Benfica will win, but almost 2 app be a someone I am almost say defense 2 within the game. It takes already for you. And see, almost picking Benfica win our Betway app no. Which they won the bets because Benfica said 2 first goals. And obviously 2 goals now. Now Atike says, sir, results now to see you. You are true. Karabakh for the bet here. I am more papa. But as I was watching the game, no, now I'm the half-time highlights, the full-time highlights, no. I came to understand why Ombeteka, Rich, after they conceded, they took the game to Benfica for no. Lisbon. And that is the character you need to play in the Champions League, especially as a new boy. And they did very, very well. And then Mama said after the game, Mama said, Karabakh game. We are not going to accept it. Especially when we know Jose Mourinho is around. We are near you. We are confident about it. After that embarrassing lose, you know, Team FN Benfica and Jose Edu Nkoma Nkomodie na konanim se ono na oba be replace ewo ho Rich Emno so sa catch was arguing Juve Bayern Dortmund me catch real me catch up the woman I go we game here na abe
4-2
Bayern Dortmund sa na di we tika me catch you say Rich uni ba dia ekotia kotoko ne has power Africa and you so many big clubs be mo. But they've not been consistent there. Say they be out. Na gobi. Na yard. Na top from yard. Na so you're consistent for her. And now we're setting exposure me. And that is what I believe in. Say that one walk over Team FN Juve. Even though they were going to play the game at the Allianz Stadium, no. And you know the Korean shit here. Mekai Kotoko has game be. But you here for time. Kotoko was them. Say only class. Has Baba so the Rich after now in shit here. Kotoko Shego be ice over the ticker. So I give me and they 3-3. I remember watching that game. Mensa Sabaho, Minho, Lagos Stadium, Lagos, some of them were campus, you know. Sabe Pepe and a game with a 24-4 between Juventus and Dortmund. And yeah, witness here. Young people and the games, which the first 2 games are very, very tricky. Olympiacos, et say Dortmund any give the game no. Olympiacos familiar with Europe. Powerful for any familiar. Almost first time our Champions League ni. And the game is being played. A fear Olympiacos. And no any more double chance money. And no pay any more double chance at the moment. Now, Sylvia Praha any meeting Bodo Glen no. Rich. Bodo Glen they like to score. Yes. They like to open up games. Only a more. Whether home or away we play. Yes, we know we do. And see this game no. I don't know who will win. But I am trusting say because of the way I Bodo for the Ebon, whether home or away, we will see goals our side game in him. So your real analysis will start from Ajax against Inter Milan, which when you say in the history of Ajax, and then 500 game in Europe. Charlie, that is a sign of a big club. And then them say, we use Ajax for the cassette. We are going to play a 500 game, and they posted a video of a tradition in Europe. Then we say, yeah, sometimes Obo a very, very important marriage. And then you are Cruyff Arena. On their 5,000 game, which they are not going to play it against any easy team. And Inter Milan. Big big news about Inter Echo and say Rich. She will run a pre-match press conference, you know. As the Inter captain, when you train because of back pain. But only team you too quite quiet. And he said, "Oh, sure, those four or more, Pablo 11 or more, you know. There is no Captain Lautaro Martinez because only did say per more information, you know. Abandon and your fit so but even though he traveled with the team, or what chances of the so moving Guadia or betting Abon Rich or yes starter Rich Lautaro Martinez in Kawa. It takes something away from the Inter team kakra. But I watch the Eredivisie pa. Rich,
in fact,
Ayas and yet the old Ayas Libyan. On board of the pinche dodo.
Tima Australia everywhere else.
And then come back to they play the ball on the wings, crossing the ball into the box, expecting that there was also a wow. Yeah. Very good when it comes to area situation. But Rich, when you are good with area situations, and you Inter divide the money, Bastoni money, Manuela Kanji money so.
A goalkeeper know them, young so much.
And see, oh yeah, for Holland league, but our Europe no Rich. I feel team FNO Inter and one day. Actually, I have paid them many extra 2 teams this season. Bona or Mobono. I will go for team FNO Inter or double chance away our Holland in that game. The champions are starting their journey to defend it. Paris Saint-Germain. It is all here. And then on match day flyer no Rich on the Champions League trophy, you know. And they've announced say they are coming back home after being the champions. You know, this is our first game on in the Champions League as they start on defense. You know, and they are supposed to say, look, supporters, you know, you don't have any chance to stay at home. They are never supporting Omo and Honum. Rich, they should be able to beat Atlanta. Even though in their team there is still no sign said Dembele and Watton were pra. And to Gonzalo Ramos and Elbow as a main striker. With Victor Carrasquelia and Bakora on the side as wingers. Then Uko 51, Vitinha, Neves, and Fabian Ruiz elbow on 51. Then a chair the same name Omuna Mendes on the left, Hakimi, Marquinhos, and Apacho. Yes, Atlanta. Since I'm Gasparini Nicoeno, almost no more doom. This weekend, I was in the almost I think 4. And see, they have more confidence going into this game, Rich. I think so on the face of it, especially the Parc des Princes, Paris Saint-Germain will be too strong for Tima and your friend Atlanta. So Paris Saint-Germain a win and probably even over 1.5 one big game. Rich, let me say this so. Yen doggy Atletico Madrid. Omo a performance in the Spanish La Liga. Now you are calling the respect in this game. I say, young man say, they've not started well.
This is the Champions League. This weekend, almost say.
Yes, almost say.
At least I don't cry a motivation.
And the man almost say
going to Anfield. Just that Liverpool team, no, they are unstoppable.
Rich.
At the Copa don't bet me at Liverpool beat them.
Maybe can say the ultra supercomputers in Liverpool nebeji. That is not to say Omobeji, but that is to remind ourselves that their strong side, very very strong. Now, Rich, the moment on a yacht post of any Champions League, you know there. So last season, quite Liverpool film, sure papa. Because Rich, only say everything there. You speak to Liverpool fans and they believe say because Paris Saint-Germain and the Champions League, you know, say come Paris Saint-Germain and come on the Champions League, you know. Which Liverpool wants to get back to winning it. And they will have to start today against Team FN Atletico Madrid. Now, there is a big news here across the Spain, Rich. Atletico for to coin. Omudru Indian Comuno. Omako pay omu homage. Uze say Udu Liverpool. Rich still now Diogo Jota. Now ufu sumu no mo yama ne sokoko ele o rate na e da so ho. Enti Captain Koke and the club president Omakole or Moret kama have gone to show respect to Diogo Jota, any baby also Moko show respect. So whatever spiritual they've done it. But Rich, the big news and they say Thiago Simeone squad or they call England. Rich, there is no Julian Alvarez. Umpires also. Until now, but the best. Obey say, he is your best striker. He is your top scorer. Who Man City and Liverpool a lot of times. So why will you go into a big game like this without your main man? And to which, so also a lot of probably 11 at Airbar. The master air can say, forget about this picture. There are two changes. All black better. Laurent Bebo 2, 4 and 5 Lenglen, no problem. But instead of Wagari, almost say Abanti affair Galan Bebo. And Fifi, so this is what you are seeing is going to happen. Koke, Barrios, Karaha, and Abanti affair Simeone. Anymore, it is Griezmann, and Nico Gonzalez, no Kotoni Fi, Juventus, no.
And yes, Soloff.
Yes, and yes, Soloff. And so you put Nico Gonzalez here, and you put Galan here, then the team is set for an annual. Liverpool there, Rich, you say this is probably their strongest. The only thing is that so we go on 51. One game say omo right back there. There is only rotation for McAllister and Szoboszlai. And in Thierry they say at Anfield now they think say Szoboszlai out form actually McAllister. So in the middle no, I have Gravenberch, Szoboszlai and a Viet with Body Campo and a Salah and a Iketike and any more Frimpong Kekes and them as lateral defenders with Konate and Van Dijk and Alisson and Apomo Rich. Maybe in all honesty, me Atletico Madrid team me I'm a proponent of the Spanish game. I'm sure Liverpool are every day. But Rich, I'm from no rooms to see you know. I'm from no rooms to see you know. It doesn't inspire me to think say they can beat this Liverpool team.
Okay.
And I think say Liverpool every team any one over team your friend Atletico Madrid. The last one and obviously the biggest. Which you say Bayern I almost match day graphically say you know. With Olise and João Pedro. No? Let me see, hey, that is nice. And especially when Yaya won athletics. And they were inspired by it to say, okay, on your marks, now you go. Then Rich, from this graphic, you go to
yɛde agora nsɛm na ɛde bra nkrɔfo man so am yɛwura na fe so yɛde update na yɛde aba na dwumadie live on YouTube wokɔ YouTube no yɛ Nhyira TV YouTube handle na fe watwimi adwene the feed na wodo comment na ɛde aba wode ba na yɛkenkan ɛde aba ɛwɔ ɛyɛ ɛbrepam na no ɛtimi akoyɛ ɛde aba wodem sɛ UEFA Champions League no ada matches ni bi ɛtɔda anɔpɛ yɛsaba yɛde kakra ɛde ɛde no ada de ɛtɔda nyina yɛbom kakra ɛde ama wɔ hyehyɛ wodo nyina so no etimerie pe ya fast na fam anyum ekwa no pe no wo mu gina ye church na pa we dem nsem no ye de ebro maka to se ade ya wunya ye pa se wa pomudin be gina brane akoma se pomudin enkoye ha adwene ye pa na enupa miensa na we dwama so be kanfo ade ya ma ye Kulun Ghana Limited wo mu no makwa kofa ade ya baba ko ye Araba Bazen Tabet eno ye medu abo ba bia menstrual pains menstrual disorders no e betu ase ade ya ma ba bia nti wo aba na wuteme na menstrual pains na atitwa wedu ye Araba Bazen Tabet efe infertility ebetu ni nyina se ade ma wo yo ba nya binom na fe so ema wo ma yosem enwie peye wo ba wini atenka e won pen e kame ese wini wurasia na chese ntwidei wonsu nya bi adura be bo no Araba Bazen Tabet aya na chese wanya wo de nso atimi anom eno ati wo mo de hunchu capsule ade aba no ye bema bi ado ye bema na utieme na premature ejaculation na atitwa aya na wonsu wanya adubaba nso atimi anom na mom no hunchu capsule de e ba no se prostate enlargement
segment and I say bema tajo son tentem wodu so awoti yaw e bema ma wedu huntu capsule na bebo ye pa amatches o men 7 mewie pair and afi wo me de Mr. Kio no diaba Mr. Kio no na ebo ama premature ejaculation no eto ase de ma slow reaction e beto ase e de ma fe we bema na libido e from a sexual weakness na to a wedu araba bazen tabet na e ma no no na tese bema wo so wati Mr. Kio na wetimi anu bi na akoye edupa ko pharmacy ani drug shop bi akulun Ghana Limited no pay ubenya bi enso atimi ato na aye kama hedi ama e wanti sha wodo nyina so obetimi afrom 0244275429 na wanya kulun Ghana Limited edupa bi anu no na no so atimi aboye pa anu na maka from akato se nipa de ade ba ko eye se obenya aduane papa edi e ba na aduane papa de aye Isman Kitchen ana mdu akọ Isman Kitchen se menka to se both continental any local districts ni nyina omede ma na obi aba be so sentiment mu ana wo pe ba bia ye aduane papa na no so atimi akodidi eyie pa de ano ye Isman Kitchen ana meka mfo de ma Kumasi Krodio ma ha would wari chema Baba Yara Sports Stadium and ye main gate no opposite the pair na omo ebo ana se would wari chema stadium traffic light no aso no me ape na omo so ewo na akwa Isman Kitchen every Monday bia de omede ma eno aye point and kill and ye catfish no eno we ye na ye sese ne kama edema na ya nkasa ya to side dish e de aka ho eno ye free wuntua emfa nka o point and kill no ho ada say e be ma jollof rice and say e bia o be ma fried rice and say bia benya banku and say fried yam na wet me enjoy na eno ya kama every Wednesday eno ye pizza Wednesday and Wednesday bia say no woto pizza bia we Isman Kitchen na we mo say to another pizza na ni genet ma ya kama dem every Thursday eno ye banku de tilapia but on Thursday bia to banku a ye be say to we de tilapia bia anso de aka na no etima ya kama dem antia outdoing event bi na ye punto bi na ye ayi obi na ye conference bi na ubenyi obi obetima ya aduane de ama na atimi de asevo ho de a eno ye Isman Kitchen restaurant wo de wani chema na wakwa akwajo de no mesa wo mu age so aye 0265707070 and as 0248865046 na anope wo mu enso age so ye pa wonim sabio wonya aduane papa edidi a ani drinks papa ana chese eno eko basa na chese wo prema yo no nyina si eno aye piva beverages wo mu drinks wo mu de aba na mekanfo edi ama wo mu de piva aye cola edi aba wo mu orange flavor na fe wo mu tangerine wo mu cocktail no ewo ho and we ye event bi ana wo benya soft drinks no aye piva beverages wo ma dawroma wo mu drinks bi na esa wonsa eka no mesa betimi ni o ma to kese ewo so ye 0550032231 na fe wo mu so etimi ageto covered and we team tenie pa MTN Ghana as men catch us is no rapaholic no baso den rapaholic concert and we are 27th of September ya ana chance baso den and you say kroma ya Kumasi ana chance baso ani jeni nyina no and you 27 na chance bibia ya kama na ana MTN Ghana say o person rapaholic concert no wo so baby nti wo dia download the Momo app no wo download the Momo app na afi ade say refer efama nipanum wo refer the many panum no so enya download say kima wo mu cho 2 regular ticket of air rapaholic no ana face wutimi refer nipa air 20 a yama VIP air lifestyle anu air 2 tickets na chase yade mounti wo mpe we ndie pa na pe wo ko app store na so ko play store na wa download you there na fe wo di Momo app na wa refer na ja rapaholic when you ticket free now so to me the amount for bana any genet me air come pato about any the answer as so nya diaper papa abetimi ade abo ba na diaper aye kama aye Flower Kids baby diaper na with the Flower Kids baby diaper pato ehuma o me de enemu ye dimbie pa enti abofo no be dia do bi ope enya de se be rato da na fe wo ji enso a wo di bo ba na ma rases bi angu aye wa abofo no and the said diaper wo di bo ba na rases agu ndi aha we de aye kama pa ene ye Flower Kids baby diaper and a chance me kan fo ade ama ade se Delta paper me na akwakofa ade aba no me se betima from e was 02430303 wansa etima ka ode kama na ani je no etima wie pe o wie ne sanso dia me pato ade sa ade ba kom se high sense ase wo dem ase ni nyina no wo mo na eso mo nsa enti wo mo de refrigerator sa ade aba wo mo de TV ade aba TV no wo bo laser television ana afo mo compact enso e ho enti ne wo betimi ato dia e ba no micro blender ana afo kettle wo mo de ni nyina bi aba e ba no sound system and smartphones a wo benya bi awo high sense akate makate ade ba kwa ye nika say bibi bia beto o makate no very affordable but of high quality and omede ma 5 years warranty and on sakanti Ghana ha afana ba bia omu showroom say ba bebre Acha say ubenya I said no enso atimedi dwuma na Kumasi anem say dia wokota no so omo ho ana fe Kumasi city mo anom so ubenya omo wokọ adum so ene omo bo ho ene adum post office nche wo say no ubenya omo so ho ana fe wokota fo a ubenya high says preku ade say sunyane ene techiman no so ubenya omo obo ase so ubenya omo fe wudwani chemu tamele hohoi ene koforidia enka de bebre obakọ na high says ye so and so now aqua of high quality. No man say betima from I was 0302 550000 after takwa and takra this one. Ubenya says nani teno etima kama mattress in the air ba promotion and a church medi emona about promotion there royal foam as a can just say the student mattress no massa say so mucha then above 4 kwan so and to say no 4 inches say no I 350 Ghana pen or medi when we are not much of free pillow at the account 3 inches near 320 Ghana pair and T open a student mattress and the comfortability a bebre for an answer one casa a bema watimi and stress free not what you mentioned the student mattress in the American for the amount a royal foam diano and I pay when your mom ending come I was 020271 000 0202271000 na fe madin komana and yamena at Tibeko kama at the amount she shall do in our city and so I say royal from there womadi ma was she shall do now so where we in Sadia adia ba kwa mekanto mekanfo dia to ya say tell so as so medi SME mant na dia ba na tell so SME mant na no I manta womo and so at the my young entrepreneurs womo super say omu business e bumi and to we say the boss plan and tell so adia ba the boss plan industrial first business package I designing at so be stay connected online and on Facebook we get closer to our customers now for it to be no medin kobo I would do in a essence planner I want the boss plan no and we are digital marketing too at so be to me at your promote to business no and on social media bundle and Instagram say Facebook about Snapchat and after no TikTok now we be be the din kobo after extra data at as a brand new business no online about course SMS and after wo person ye kon so and no so atimi aboye penti and ye teleso dia teleso and so at the amount no we betimi adale 1133 wo bob more wo dia type more for 1133 na fe wo so sa promo we no when your more details na say we betimi adale star 5959 hash na wo so atimi sign up and so be adale star 700 hash na fe wo so wetimi to so question come na and generate me we pay adama na ABC games in there and one boys in the chile this year no person nya sika na business ye come now so utimi nya sika di dimensam kakadia and no ABC games yanka say ABC di yana chase ya di edi sika and to be choose 3 letters per ye draw na chase 3 letters ni nya pema ebusia when nya sika di we be enjoy ye pay 55 Ghana echo and after no betimi e di ABC games bi mentally star 262 has star 262 has na fe e di na sase ye do na test o letter ba ku pema sika na di twa e beba won premier sa dia ma se emu mienu pema e beba ho nwotwe e dia ma ana fe miensa ni nyina e pema dia and ye beba ho e 200 and 200 times mistake na fe so atimi and try na no aye kama and we say the national lottery authority and the stamp ne dia susu nti wo ko calendar platform nyina so mo de da so na eno atimi aye kama anya ska na wo Franco Trading Enterprises and say mobile phones mobile panamo and no di aba eba na Nokia phone Samsung afa iPhones na benya de wo mo de smart TV e de aba wo benya Franco air refrigerators afa chest freezers and then wo mo de air conditioners and so aba washing machine ni microwave ni nyina benya bi blender ni nyina bi aba kofa de aba na de ba ko aye di twam so wo mo de Franco CCTV cameras ni bi de aba na eba de CCTV cameras ni na kadia boga Franco akate ana teso benya bi na no so atima ya kama na o mo semeka phone menka to say ne mobile phones and iron accessories near the adina. Woman so poor Benya Biato, Mema officer, a 40% discount. And a chance of Medima Kumasian said, a doom baby Benya Franco, and so almost source in the Biania, a Jabba Jewelry in Chaho, Bako Elbow Half a challenge bushop, Ubenomo and Chawana for Old Macom, Womani Amuna Bosso, Kufork Lekinsono, Womani Omidian channel for new Kedetia, Ubena Franco Trading Enterprise, no messa, Womo Agency 024531669969, and as a 0560684147. When your Franco Trading Enterprise, and the Janet Timaya come MTN Ghana, as my country say free after one idea, Diana Kama, well, first data, Atas Obatono, Ayawa Dabiano, and a 25% and Yabaho, and the amount to first data Biabatono, Noya Kama, and so Thursday, free after one idea, Mepato, or first 10 minutes, course will be a Bayano, MTN Ghana, first 10 minutes, the Akabia there, and your free bonto, Atas Obaya course, said Dinkobia, and the free after one, we answer, yes, I'm a 100 megabyte of data, no, at me, I come and tea, no mess out of Dali, and I say, we talk, so question, star 552 has, star 552 has, no fail, also MTN Ghana, free after one, also, wait me enjoy now. And also I come a flower tissue there, and we are disposable handkerchiefs will be a USB, now a super absorbent with the cleaner, and Japatics be a wet, and no offices out doing now will be a soon a USB. Now, oh, your background now, what you to say, we are classic lady now, we may use to face your tissue now, and your flower there, the Aoya Catiti, and on a come, we say no about no dear no, and so a flower case baby diaper, and no say no money wipe with the cleaning mufano, and twin your flower tissue now, and so I come out from the flower. Ron Swaba, and I'm to fragrance free, pure white. I don't have a clean experience in the Kama. Abusia and Chamfa, no messa. Move it to my first year 0246 426 127. And answer Mammy Subium 0246 426 172. And answer 0243 053 053 now. One said to be account there about the real estate development. Nipa Bakope Anna Ghana will be agina to my sentiment, will be agina to and no iron and a bass upon. Guess up. Properties no now also men can't say about the sasa say and open Eddie Juma now say litigation free aman so sembia anyone there and we are now bas upon guess up properties and obega to cover the busha the chance say Atonsu High School Johnson your 5 acres of land at the ho at as your pro be diamant den ubetimi de du juma bia no so ebetimi abo anu ati wo kwa dade ntema and Kumasi Aka Road and also say 1.5 acre at the at as your pro be and some adiamano medical car to assassin the man so sembia and so no oton fear the mawa if you the man so sembia no woni obi anya problem and abusia bia ma meka nto say na we kwa na ni kwa so oton na nkata 7 dade ha we genuine document and a chesa won saka afa so into rental agency so djuma mu di say apartment and pay di mudjuma e bia make say we pay warehouse bi edi mudjuma we pay office bi edi mudjuma and no ya na basa upon guest properties no oba get to cover na and so etimi abo make say we pay so oton ofie we pay so oton asase anasa ebia uhia site bi e de adu djuma o contact na obere aye bibia kama e de ma no mesa ubetimi ne na din komo 0541135464 anasa 0249136582 na one nana basa upon guest properties and so etimi edin komo would wari chemo e Kumasi a ane adekoda atoro kwa won saben kum so ane asante roko training grounds no aho eno mpe na chase ubenya guest properties na we so no etimi akona ni na djuma would wari chemo won kan your office ni bi e wo na fe to man nkrobekum ana fe sunyane na when guest properties and so etimi edin komo ye pa we ane nyuma ekoni afoforo nkan pe na na no pe wo mo asu asena gudem nsam no ye tena se yedi da wo e wo ye se sia wo do nyina so e nhia yo no ma wana kan radio station di asante man nyina anti e dia tumni yakato se ye djuma de na ye live e wo YouTube anti which radio so betimi akọ YouTube handle anu ye Nhyira TV e wo YouTube handle ya no subscribe anytime be a video be ready no na won san so etimi aka ana afenso no on multi TV decoder no so na anu ye Nhyira TV e wo multi TV decoder no so na bibia so atimi aye kama ya na wascan wo de ansa ne abe betimi enso enya ya na ja wa hwe anytime but yes as UEFA Champions League anu ada Monday one no ye bo ne nyina enso ewie ya na anu ada ba saboboko no wo mu team and dey Newcastle e wo St Jesus Park omo ekobo mo ntenam ye no ama mo timu ba kwa branch de din ɛde Marcus Rashford no ana ɛbɔ brace ni nyinaa de ma Barcelona bɔbɔ kɔna ansa na Brantford de Anthony Gordon anso atika no baako ɛde sɛma no ɛtotwa ɛwɔ dwumadie so ansa na Club Bridge so no ɔmo AS Monaco game na ɛtotwa Club Bridge ɛbɔ ntena nan ɛma AS Monaco wɔn so atimu baako nti ɛde yɛ matches ɛtotwa ɛwɔ ɛyɛ UEFA Champions League ɛna no pɛ no ɛde a nkɔba kakra ɛde ɛda na mɛkɔ Arsenal na afei mɛdi nkɔba kakra wɔ Arsenal kate na okɔ Arsenal kate reporter mensaka ISS stories ɛne nam sɛ Mikel Arteta ɛkɔba sɛ bia squad ɛkwani wɛntima mfa ndi dwuma no fɛ season no ɛba na wie na Arsenal ntima nkwankwaji trophy a kwankro bia so pɛi no wɔmɛtumi apa no no na reporter na no pa mensaka ɛsɛ yɛso wokɔ Arsenal bɔbɔ kɔ no a dɔma kate Mikel Arteta ɛsɛ season no ɛba na wie na ɔmbɛ assess no na ɔmo assess no ɛno ne kyerɛ sɛ ebia wɔnwini match A wɔnwini match B a ebia ɔmbɛ pam ɔpɛi ndabi yɛsɛ Arsenal fo de ɔmo nim saa deɛ no ɔmo gidi yɛ pa sɛ adwuma na Mikel Arteta nso ɛyɛ no ɛyɛ kama emom season ni bia no ma hɔ project na ɛno nso ada wɔ sɛ Mikel Arteta players yɛtɔ de ma ngo no wɔtumi ɛyusu ɛyɛ the available resources ɛtumi de make impact ɛwɔ Arsenal team no so ɛno ana ɔmbɛgyina so adeadeade no ɛnyɛ sɛ bia sɛ wɔanwene matches wangye ebia Liga ana ebia ɔmbɛpam ɛyɛ Mikel Arteta ɛno yɛ deɛ fide Arsenal kate ɛde ɛba ɛwɔ dwumadie so ɛna anɔpɛ no yɛde nkɔmmɔ no bi ɛde ɛdan wɔ ɛwɔ dwumadie so na maame nkɔ Madrid na meni nkɔmmɔ kakra wobɛka Real Madrid ɛba bɛtɔ dwa sɛ aberantɛ de deade Dean Henson ne game a ɔbɔ di record no wɔn yɛ sɔn bɛ appeal no wɔn de kɔ bɛda yɛsɛ adeɛ sɛ appeals committee no nso anya ntumi sɛ saa ne record na wɔn de ma na wɔn fi sɛ referee no nso yɛ mistake no nkɔmmɔ over 10 sɛ na nka bɛyɛ a Madrid game ɛkyɛn de wɔn yɛ aspire ɛdɔbɔ na nka bi aberantɛ no bɛtumi asi akan ɛde ɛma Madrid bɔbɔ kɔ reporter amɛnsa kan ɛsɛ saa game ne deɛ aberantɛ no records ne deɛ tiɛ no saa na ɛkyɛn nyɛ adeɛ so bɛtumi asi akan ɛde ɛma Real Madrid ɛne yɛ reporter ɛtɔtɔ efiri Madrid akate ɛba ɛwɔ dwumadie so ɛna anɔpɛ no meka kyɛ kakra de ma na wobɛka bɛyɛ 2 days ago na mɛka kyɛw sɛ Jose Mourinho ɛkɔ back to Benfica after 25 years ɔpɛyini kɔ back mpakyɛw ɛno ata ana kyerɛ sɛ ɔnya kɔ ɔmanya asane ne new contract ne yɛ till 2027 that means 2 years contract ana ɔmde ama Jose Mourinho na ɛno na ɛna anɔpɛ Jose ase yɛnka ma obi ankyɛ sɛ afei ne wakɔ ne level kwabena tie bi yie afei ne wakɔ ne level ane ebisa sɛ level sɛ no so sɛ Benfica na ɛyɛ ne level deɛ nkyɛ ɔka sɛ ne level na ɛyɛ Benfica yɛ sɛ Benfica ɔka wiase team ɛwɔ soro pa ɔmo ɛka one of the big clubs no hɔ na adeɛ baako a ɛha no pa sɛ ɔyɛ mistake ɛkɔ Fenerbahce Jose Mourinho wɔsɛ ɔyɛ mistake pa sɛ wɔkɔ ɔyɛ Turkey ɛkɔ yɛ Fenerbahce head coach ɛno ɛne adeɛ a ɔno ɛha ne yie pa bɛdaa sisi ade wɔba fie wɔba bɛyɛ adwuma deɛ ama Benfica ɛyɛ boboko wɔba deɛ adeɛ no deɛ obi anim sɛ ɔde yɛ na ɛno ana kyɛ sɛ wɔba nso ɛba bɛyɛ wɔ se teams a wɔkɔ ti nyinaa deɛ ofili motivated sɛ ɔne ɔmo ɛyɛ adwuma ɛyɛ Benfica visi no ɛyɛ sɛ baabi ɔha aseɛ ama obia ehu no akyɛ sɛ ɔba ɛyɛ Europe anaasɛ ɔba main akyɛ sɛ obia ehu sɛ Jose ɛyɛ coach na ɛyɛ Benfica nti ɔde ɔso ɔkɔ ana kyɛ sɛ ama n'ani agye yie paa no ɛyɛ reporter Jose Mourinho ɛde to dwa ɛwɔ dwumadie so mpatɔ Erling Haaland sisia no yɛsɛ players a wɔma sɛ 50 goals ɛwɔ UEFA Champions League deɛ ne deɛ na yɛ ntɛm paa the fastest rate akyɛ sɛ ɔnya goals ɛyɛ 50 no ɛyɛ abante ne deɛ de Erling Haaland wɔn mu a wɔadi kan ne wɔma sɛ 50 goals nyina kɔbrɛ obi wɔ hɔ a ne wɔabobɔ matches bebree Erling Haaland ɛyi so 49 matches ɛwɔ UEFA competition no ana ɔnya 50 goals no Ruud van Nistelrooy wɔdo ɛyi so 62 matches Lionel Messi ɛyi so 66 matches ana afei Robert Lewandowski ɛyi so 77 matches Kylian Mbappe ɛyi so 79 matches Karim Benzema ɛyi so 88 matches ana afei Cristiano Ronaldo ɛyi so 91 matches Raul Gonzalez ɛyi so 97 João Juan Daniels ɛyi so 103 ansana Thomas Muller ɛnso no gyina 130 and Erling Haaland 49 matches masa akwano ɛnso ɛyɛ player to miss wɔyɛ beast in terms of goal scoring ɛwɔ UEFA Champions League no ɛyɛ reporter ɛba ɛwɔ dwumadie so no ada meka kyerɛ sɛ Barca ɛkɔ St James ɛkɔ bɔ ntena mmienu na kwabena ɛno na Anthony Gordon aye player the man Newcastle who dey akoda ne ye akoda ne sinya me ani mie aye din pass obo tia Barcelona kwabna osi so obo ball no in fact wo monti a team here wo mu kula ball to say Barcelona say ente no ada enyo no na ni so nya ya hatu ade bisa so o keka de ma de ye na say muni Chelsea abo da bi o enye Chelsea ni Manchester bo ni bia we dey different kwa ade bisa say different no as a Chelsea na as a who try kokoni won pese who can be che as yenso Barcelona ni ade and do visa Barca ball no mo ball no team meet is sense and also Barca game no mo ball de o ha we are seeing na pa de ye ka teams a o mini popo ye pa de Barca wanya wa na e bi obeye 2 na ba ko bi e ono so betimi aka ho na e bi obetimi di na ka ho ye PSG na yes Chelsea for ante no mo se wa he wan ka ba ya and say no problem Barca for is akwabda o mo nya dom na PSG ana de o mo tutu de say PSG ni Chelsea de and said that ye big ya bia and team ani Anthony Gordon and Kobaka ko di tuja no o we Hansi Flick ye head coach di ma Barcelona Hansi Flick say yan kama brand and Chelsea say Barca dan ka so mu bo game na Frankie de Jong Bobby Pedri Bobby e dey so be person obo and we dey Chelsea for munti o Barca coach na kasa no was so mu bo game na hu say abranta de dina di Frankie ebo na Pedri so ebo bi dia ye wadwen say wuntimi person mu mani e kwankro bia so won be person wa hell and team ano ye Barcelona head coach and Kobaka ko di tuja e wo dwumade so na e bi Howie and some head coach Adama Newcastle ye bizanza obeyi na adan na no da mu chi Chelsea as ye nyamo and ye America gidi Bruno Guimaraes omo bia na and so omo nyina bom na Barca for and so be so it takes a greater performances and say good performances and sana wetimi as a Barcelona Barca sana na from so say ne bi obi ehunu no and team and so ye bi Howie and Kobaka ko di tuja e dwumade so na mama shifter tension kakra we coach so mo ye papa na ka say na me come Manchester dem ko bi sa mo room say wonyonko na elbow the players abazo such na woni Chelsea 4:30 na o players who ni say system na no abako na no so dada na yes say kwabda yes bu coach ni say system na dem mo ye ne den on se sane na and se sane etna say no ana odi bo against Chelsea into battle and ye Ruben na mo no nti we say no 2-0 in advance nti ano aso Kobaka kwa no amawem so dia no ma me come ani me na Pep Guardiola na kwabna minim say we no betimi ano dia yes Pep Guardiola ni Mikel Arteta say ba ku suasu ba kom say dia we be the same thing na we so yes of course Spanish national team no answer doya backup Edema Rodrigo Cascante Zubimendi kwabna Zubimendi wa Arsenal Anna Rodri so awo City one so mu game so bo aside that no so no Erling Haaland ne bo no but similar na say dia Victor Jokeres bo no similar to the Erling Haaland ebo no eno konkoda Alexander Jinje komuna wo mu nyina from ranks ni ma anti amanfo asa we say no o mu nim say ebia in a football no in a world of football say no match as Premier League no sa na say players dia and ebia sa na tie na anya sa dia as ebia amanfo so Mikel Arteta waye extra Pep Guardiola okosua de kakra ho ntino dia Pep Guardiola be bia no pese waye the same thing no Arsenal game ti Sunday ano mo game no and so ba so City against Arsenal amanfo say ano ebia be master and son and say Sanya Zuzum be say no ano answer for and son affair and Chelsea be totana ano na Bernardo Silva Arsenal kama obi anta say Gigi Donnarumma wo Gigi Donnarumma na waka tibu kotwa kwabna oso wa be ma tentengram ho fadua na otunu go post man reach ya kama was say Gigi Donnarumma at the goal post numa e ma filisa ampa goalkeeper ana tese twim no ana fe Donnarumma so 26 years there e ba na goal no da obeda je pa nemom goalkeeper wo fi say odi no betoto no ho aye jeliji me pato anum tibu koto rada ana se Gigi Donnarumma wodi no betoto no ntie no reporter no so eba me ko Barca kodi nkoma we check section ana e be say obey papa e say de akoda na di go post man no so no tia say dada say oye backup Edema Joan Garcia na ono na djuma de Barcelona na de man yes on paper Joan Garcia in big matches enti sisi na minim say oye goalkeeper trainer there but with this section as in na djuma pa yes obema branch na ye ready or in all na branch go ni onim dada but in big occasions no the yes obe paper branch na fe in big occasions to say the another wo mo ye no was St James no mo etma the same thing ɔne obi ampere ɛnyɛ fi no ɔbɛyɛ sɛ wɔanya bi nane ade dabi wɔte ase sɛ ɔyɛ second choice ɛde ma Barcelona bɛbɔ kwana no ɛyɛ nkɔmɛ kakra ɛtɔ dwa Yaro Ford no ɔno na game no ɛno ada ɔbɛne Napoli ɛbɔ wie no man of the match no ɛnso ɛkɔ yɛde ma na abrante no ana Pep Guardiola ne head coach se yɛnka mu obianta yɛ sɛ Phil Foden no sɛ wo sa bia ne mmɔden mmɔ akɔ so a ɛyɛ sɛ abrante no wɔhia embrace sɛ ebia team no ɛfa in all aspect na afei coach no agye ne tum players no ɛnso bɔ na ɛma abrante no wo ne different and sɛ wo sɛ Phil Foden asase di dwuma na da me sɛ team no nyinaa ɛyɛ pretty behind abrante no na ɛbɔ ma abrante ne bɔ no ɛno nso kɔ n'anim sɛ ne yɛ reporter mepato Pep Guardiola ɛde to dwa na now Manchester for yɛka tɔm sɛ mu nim play onim bɔbɔ Manchester deɛ sɛ ɔmu nim na sɛ Chelsea sɛ yɛ a Bayern fo sɛ ɔmo ka sɛ yɛasa ɛna adeɛ mɛdi ɔmo ho yɛ papa na afei na mo sɛ sɛ Manchester United ni ani football pa yɛ football Manchester ɔmo nim football yɛ because nyame anim ne ɔmo nim player yɛ good player ɛno ada pa bɛhɛ Marcus Rashford awurade nyakopɔn in big occasion wonya player bi sɛ Marcus Rashford ɛyɛ daddy na daddy deɛ daddy miobo ɛno ada bɛhɛ Dr. Marcus Rashford masa ball sɛ kwabena ɛno hɛ 2 goals o Champions League we nye La Liga ana enye yɛka sɛ Copa del Rey big occasion ɛnom ayɛ UEFA Champions League na ɛno na yɛbisa Hansi Flick sɛ abrante wo ne sɛ no so sɛ dwumu no kacha abrante so amna na no nim deɛ wa abrante no very talented ana ball no nim ni boy pa in fact when your player bi sɛ na de ni sia kan in fact we coach kra na to benta asɛ ɛma relief kakra ɛsan sɛ player no be deliver adama oni o wogide wa abrante no ani ti ana ma Marcus Rashford anso ɛba nti German da abrante no yɛ no ɛnya de sɛ no wa pii afei Marcus Rashford nso si yanka ɛma obianta sɛ in fact ɔno nani ate so ni coach bi ti sɛ Hansi Flick ɛyɛ adwuma na sɛ player pa ɔto na Hansi Flick afro sɛ bra na ɔmo ɔne wonya adwuma na anya team bi ate sɛ Barcelona masa woyɛ adwuma na yase utimi ayu yame na cha so we adwuma ne kaba anom aye report ampacho Marcus Rashford anso na de tutwa adwuma ne so na Pep Guardiola asa na abrante ba ko small boy anom aye Nico O'Reilly na was abrante ne ball power de akoda ne good was aye pa bada 1v1 situation akoda ne very good eba ne set pieces akoda no ne presence were very good and now first final third in the opposition aye threat no abrante ne very good ho out as abo ama City Bobo Kono and Yamako Sisa Kono Metro say ya MSS City Bobo Kodema Ebe Kama and some at the momenti and your reporter etota our Edmedia so now mobile care Richard say a special mention Miss Medi so now my special mention now yes I edem defend it because the massa when the team to say Bayern but now Bayern say when news the Bayern and say we news be na ye Bayern na Bayern there maza team hurricane mo there o ma hewa enye Manchester United problem be na now he say 2000 bia yo ne ko bi sa na ni amaye o ya mbetimi adi Champions League bi no so agidi fo amuni didi o Thomas Forte say Manchester Fred oni mu ni ayi bia we say no wo gidi te say sinapia ba obetimi aka che epo ana say obetimi aka che me pose ontutu ekogu pum kwabena na tutu ekogu pum eno bi ana Chelsea di eche wase Chelsea ko ya kan say FIFA Club World Cup sa na manfo Chelsea be kwa babet Chelsea boys no kwabena say captain bia since Johnny Chelsea captain bia Chelsea din hu besem no omoko omanim ampa ende no kwa pa say ya top 4 ya qualify for Champions League and ya team ya Conference League and ya sambo UEFA Champions League and to the Champions League did say Chelsea e betimi ade eno ya tossen en koma kakra brante no ade to dana eno na Gabriel Agbala ho se yanka mo bianta say o player bit is there tossen ade bia e o kasai ade travel to ba kwa se de o betimi ya de ama ya top 4 so pass home do bed league na so do bed Champions League there to wajim because of mo they need o ba bia and so koma kakra ne na kabra ano na promotion asia kamo bianta say Chelsea frankasa ne ho Chelsea fan we ne ho pa because we are brante a your friend Savo William na we are not in it bench akodan so matches bia obadi am Chelsea no what Chelsea ball no nim ni bo obetima start matches inti Chelsea chance nya didi wa akodan ni mo even against Manchester United we start brante yɛmfa ne din ade Estevao William because on do ogidie sa akoda no betumi abo adwuma no ɛde ma Chelsea bobo kora no ɛnkɔba kakra no owie apepepe ana Enzo Maresca enso grant interview make by ni interview ne twane de kwabra Enzo Maresca say yanka mo bianta say Alejandro Garnacho was Alejandro Garnacho are ready after so best start matches at the Chelsea because Abante no buy the matches so boni na kama bono when ni ball wajali with the team abibia comment say Garnacho started matches at the Chelsea and now even Atlanta against Chelsea so one Abante so started the Chelsea and here the Chelsea head coach Eddie Twitter e wo dwumadi so we here and here be say no Estevao William so and also Estevao so no ball no ni ball bibia ye okay at the Abante no so ehia starter or starting matches at the Chelsea anya hwe nebom ade ba ko beka say Chelsea ne Bayern game no Chelsea ko so mo ko bom homoden ana amfa boni bia nim so new opponent wo so chen woni ne betentam na amfa enya hwe we bibia nsie nti wonu wagide say the boys no obatutu ne maye o masua de api ana bebo ma Chelsea UEFA Champions League no matimi akoma nim ye pa ana yan koma e fi Chelsea head coach Enzo Maresca akati ade eba e odwumade so na ro no yade bi anso ade danebom the request I da hono ma delivery but the defense I say Manchester jitum say Chelsea nya ade a etina 4:30 na betre enti we ni hobim so mujitum say Chelsea nya ade a etina 4:30 anwumre ana yebehu die besi ewo eye mpacho inkura ne park ne so say Manchester park ne de yesi inkura nko a kwabna ma wie question vie ni hode a mini uni asembia e fa Chelsea won so a me nya no
me baba bia no me bo abaso keke
okay
ozo yo obi ade ba kwa me power asempa no me the new segment bia ba show no so awudi so
okay
tie for me samo me the new segment bia ba program no so
I first special mention
friend special mention idi 1 year kura it me ko faba
okay
I friend special mention Inti Chelsea game was on mo born na ben
yeah but Wednesday
na ha inti and a special mention be chance if
2 days oh my dear
nyamisha say we so kama pa all right you are acquitted
okay
okay I think we gabi the foreign and modi kan atin count ye call amanene yemra na fe fifi Manfred meka me ho na Bismarck ohusu bempa ya la omudina no ha mo beto mo nka ewo ayedwumadi ne so abra ya tena se na ye the Friday edition of Nhyira Digital Passport say you live on TV enti mo na mo pe o TV so say you live on TV on your multi TV decoder no so be so anu an say on so be search for Nhyira TV our multi TV decoder no so betimi ahwe dwumadi no live ewo ho enti mo nhye no so emfa me YouTube Nhyira TV Brand for message no ka ho ya be kin ka message ni sisia adi amabat Kumasi, are you ready for the Rapaholic concert? Nyami Adama 27th ya na age radio no embasso nto obi amwa no lazy miam na Rapaholic concert we de yemfa ni agrokra na ebi obi wa beka se Richard minisiko mi dimi to ticket no okay ore ma men show the easy way out the benya aye ticket no MTN momo no download bi sisi app no MTN momo app no download ni sisi a me no kasa yi se woni bia download it o download wi a sha sena refer ema enipa num 5 o refer na MTN say ye ma 2 regular ticket now so nyame adoma Rapaholic concert no dia ko hebi o refer the manipa 20 a me pacho ye ma VIP lifestyle ticket and so me straight up that's so no nyame adoma next week 27th no what the abeginam awo the Rapaholic concert and so embassy to rum it's an sasa Rapaholic concert we die e say kutu say bam entienhia na macho the easy way for pay ticket na onso efabra ejumade no ase makacho so da so bia e say me nia fifi Manfred say and oban ni na ne nima mu na kofi wunti say abrante ho fe e say wani ase ni na mu a enti mama na koto rush energy drinker onom sene be ya energy na olusun bi come so ontimi nai enti onum bi enti wo so wo pe ahoden pa na onso etimi e de abo adwuma no e rush energy drink and American fo enso etimi e de ma ginsiri wom sanso e na caffeine e wom kanfo saba mesha e du Mama so and also a bidro kama said diabetes and the wall so BP pains and how infections me patch or liver or bread bono problem be about biano koto canfos herbal mesha a bidro neighbor to me abwa amayadi abubo so nyina etu ase e de ma konongo fo brekum nkokọ fo nyina edro no ye de bia to mo ho kuma se de okofre the men's Colinac Gilly Gold Pharmaceuticals e was Santase me patcho kwa also pe bidro ya to the canfos herbal mesha any common 0245 455 740 na edre onsa etimi akabi obese wo sese wo de ma etietietietitia Alaska Star Enterprise etiefo Alaska wana American sa no se wo de onwura ho akowura ono he wo de akohwe ani so ade keke eniama de sese dem ana office ni nyina bi ho na eso obi abotom de manage omo no okwa osika de se de tie bia obenya ho aso ade na ode akofie so ho na se wo de akosese wo dem ana office so wo pe wallpaper blanketing eco panel sofa cover, plastic wardrobe, Samsung and modern TV stands, bedsheet, na bebreka on a dose me kasa me boba and any program no crying to me start it. E do de raho na fosika kitu e bi koto to niam bebre ekosese wo dem ma wo dem and so intimi enye fe. Kuma se ye wo adum ye wo mesesa no che plans and my own boss from hona around hona no mo wo on kan so abako circle Tito Lane me ba to friend our 0256330075 na one eye Alaska Star Enterprise penipano eni eye enkomo na bibia enye kamapa enso enfama makacho say garlic adrono eye 3p garlic misha 100% garlic extract ye the natural plant juice full of vitamins and minerals ashane ma say day and into hair ye dey able to say stroke hair adrobe na montoma ne no mu di na ginia still stroke na nkwa monkoto 3p garlic mecha ema no nom asmen ebekọ me pacho ya na we kese opese oso etikama so ho na ho ye fa kwaje 3p na nom oba ko afichira no ayanse eyewoya ni nyina no eye 3p garlic mecha ana me kanfo ediama na no pese mesraw to bi na nom we nso abibidro kama aw no ma ebeboa ye pa okodani heba misi heba Colinac any apidanka me pacho ayade a 3p adro ni bi ewo ho wo de afra homan de din komo no to so 0248 928824 na watimi any Dr. Penino enso di ho enkomo pa ye ko oboase zongo na Isaac Mining and Engineering Training School and na ye dream me pacho also roaming to mining na bra na yencho se de sitwi air forklift dump truck Samsung excavator wheel loader backhoe nom roller ndina ye be chew kama pa ebi abaso roaming to construction na ndina ebeboa ama wonso anya ho nimdie na ochina unya adwuma no a wonso atimi aye ne kama pa na asanda ne se ebi ana wo free outside oboase na wo ba na oba nso ese unya hostel ade utito ese ye hostel no ya ni free enti wo free chichi na oba oni problem Samson and Yama de Bessia Jumani na ana school no nina ayade a ya any free bra oboase zongo behind at the Hisense building no me pacha de tienie 200 cities now the registration friend our 0539732766 na bibia enya kama pa enso enfama enano pay de kodoreko Royal Enterprise na etwato na Fifi Manfred I ready Yensha Jumadi na say enfa emamo for general body pains, menstrual disorder, me pato koko ene hawa, eye reko heba mesha, and I may come for ediamon, a droi, a ye. It's you are koko and how bu ha, koko no can so na say koko de nyaya. Koko, me say ya de bebrea eti ada say sudina the foreign buy if you koko ne starte, and it is a koko also me pato koto dra, ya trading reko heba mesha. Na edom na ebetimi aboa ye pa honam ye oya eno abetimi aboa edremi kan ukọ aye fredimensa keu wonsa betimi akabisak pharmacy patase ukọ oboase time fm bi ho otek fm bi ho sanso na top amazing herba eno so awotafo matadi so wonsa betimi akamo nemum ope kodwo rekon Royal Enterprise na kasa dia amu Kumasi Bremen Pentecost. Thank you Jesus building ma anasa audio over from 0244 470067 na munomo eni komano pay amu ena aso yasina. Yede the Friday edition live on TV in Shat TV. Our multi TV the code and so Sanso and YouTube also the same in Shat TV. No subscribe it. Odo message na kauna yakenkan etimi edi amount Fifi Manfred Kofi Maresca.
Good morning. Good morning, Eze.
Oh, nyame adom na so
No, yeah, pa. No, yeah, very well.
That's when you say on na dey.
Many as young. I say, Juma. Up and down. So, I need to.
That's what's the sound, man. So,
no, Mrs. This is exactly how I look.
Sir, what's the minimum?
Oh, David.
Yeah, and you're not me, minimum.
Same now, Zina, Tina is on
and soon, and I'm only when you say, yes,
as I say, you're another form. Ha, yeah, I enter me on Kubino. Me as here, Gia home area boy, yeah, yes, you are.
Okay.
We rested nicely. Everything was fine.
All right.
And our problem, Biana.
Oh, was me curious about.
I'm fine.
To say.
And now I'm afraid one hour when your problem, and I'll defeat them. Okay, your problem.
Okay, you become you.
Is there room to be here?
And then I may put in a cobet, you know.
That's all it's not your charge 4:30.
Me probably not cobet and Kajam McKay. What? My Huragun is not Canadian. Kabako Padi. Mum headache.
Is there room to be here? Or those who are born
so, oh, Chinua, why? Oh. My bendy. And then an aquaman, from company. Oh, some do him camp. You know, Mercedes Benz. When you move, my boss is C300. Back when they hammered it. So not that. Is it the Harrow of the C300? C300 fast. Go Yanko. Officially Champions League match day 1 year. And say career Champions League now. Say na table net here. Frankfurt will have top on goal difference. Paris Saint-Germain, Club Brugge, Sporting CP, Union XG, Bayern Munich, Arsenal, and Inter. Now, Manchester City would have been on the other side. Omonkakobo players and Sanoma Koram. Man City, Qarabag, Liverpool, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Tottenham, Dortmund, Juventus, Bodo Glimt, Leverkusen, Copenhagen, Slavia Prague, Olympiacos, Pafus, Aleti, Benfica. Omanko automatically ke yo free momon komunino. Marseille, Newcastle, Villarreal, Chelsea, PSG, Ajax, Athletic Club, Napoli, Creati Amat, Monaco, Galatasaray, and Atalanta. And Kajumane Siamom. Indeed, the Champions League is not for the week. Oh, Mrenko. Think about qualify. Young God, young community. A match they want. Mati. Don't be too quick. Mati. On when I want us to touch on what happened on Wednesday before we go on to another match. On Wednesday, games the DK causing was Olympiacos versus Pafos 0-0, Slavia Prague versus Bodo Glimt 2-2, Ajax Amsterdam and Inter Amulusi 2-0. Very, very interesting match. Of course, the big one on Wednesday was Chelsea game against Bayern Munich. There were some interesting things which I'll tell you about. Also, match Chelsea, any Bodo Glimt, Chelsea, any Bayern Munich, and then the loss that he suffered over there. I think that Chelsea in some level of reality check. Say Champions League no mukakobono. It won't be easy. Say, we are Chelsea fan, and maybe you'll be happy because it has come on match day 1. And your match day 7, 8, I will pay win their qualifier. Maybe that would have been more difficult for you. But match day 1 gives Enzo Maresca and Nantiero some time to learn on the job. And then, of course, after 7 more games, it will take
tossing adara bia you mwaka. They keep on saying say I come 7 more games to go to Godwin. Which see the things I learned from this game, one of them is the fact that in the Champions League, which it's about moments. So when your moment not to take care, if somebody else gets those moments, they can really take advantage of those moments and they will hurt you. Now, why am I saying this? Social game media. In the first opening of the game, and I want to run you through it. Not Chelsea never been first 15 minutes. And when you see a camera say, Bayern for no press, they friend out of possession, all opinion, very good. It's Chelsea best struggle kakra. Which Chelsea got those moments in the first opening minutes. And I want you to join me. These are GIFs. Chelsea already have more if you actually. The two center backs have opened up. They try to split the ball and build. Which in some building, Chelsea tries to upload if you actually get a ball on the corner. Should be buying for a boxing Chelsea for them. In that area, they boxed it. But in the first 60 minutes, Chelsea were able to go through this press and they personally focus on this side of the press. But yeah, and then red, I color on. Immediately Chelsea were able to go through that area. Which they get a bench for the power in a dangerous area like this. When you're buying for in this point, and you 3v2. But as a Chelsea for your chances now, from then they begin to go wrong. It became Joao Pedro versus Dario Pamecano, Joao Pedro versus Jonathan Tah. Those battles on any day will be won by those two centre backs.
Sure.
More aggressive. All of the 3 goals Chelsea conceded were from self-inflicted wounds. One short corner kick, and a Chelsea for Bayern for Nebo went wide area, all goal from Trevoh Chalobah. Then of course, Abantia friend Moses Caicedo turned over. And a Bayern for Nhyira because almost pressing a Bayern friend Marco Correa from the left hand side. Caicedo went into a tackle and it didn't go on well for him and winning a penalty. It doesn't mean say Bayern for now mobile. Bayern for the first match Chelsea for mistakes now. It was not a bad game, but again, I think Enzo Maresca has a lot to learn from some match, in terms of even the substitution and Yoma Bebre. Of course, Chelsea have lost that game. 7 more games to go, and the focus now is on Saturday. We move on from Wednesday match, and there will be, of course, another Thursday match. Of course,
maybe so we member. You we are.
Oh, Bika.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, Bika.
Yeah.
Are they? Let's say competition.
Matches the doors.
But say competition will be, so you don't have to say anything.
I say man, okay.
But competition, see, I did to me last season. Last season, you catch me say, men catch champions in Juma mini champions.
But they are not be doing come on.
But now you are preventing me.
Chelsea and Bobby, but what discuss Champions League Cup is a buoy.
It's
the other name media over and today we are. And the games in Dawson to be present in time to be.
By sitting in Barcelona. Now we are not doing.
I need to come.
In general, at the Etihad Stadium, Napoli for the Copier. It was the return of Scott McTominay, Kevin De Bruyne back to Manchester. For Scott McTominay playing against team and not many rivals when he was in Manchester, and for Kevin De Bruyne it was to his team and Casa. Alright, it didn't go well for Kevin De Bruyne. Any Abanti friend Antonio Conte. What do you say? One of the things that Antonio Conte and he say, oh, we need league and so Bobo Papa we are. Europe he doesn't succeed. He doesn't play very well there. So it looks as if this is a season where Antonio Conte wants to play well in Europe and then really stamp his authority. But he didn't start on a good note. Only the red card from Abanti friend Bilo Renzo, and of course Abanti friend Erling Haaland, Mbogunu, the first goal, and Jeremy Doku made it 2-0, which that means that Abanti friend Erling Haaland has scored 50 goals in the Champions League, and is the fastest of any player to score 50 goals in the Champions League. It started in his days at Leipzig, then went on to Dortmund, and then of course to Tima, your friend of Manchester City, where he has been very, very successful, scoring a lot of goals. Private video for one is Erling Haaland there machine, and you too.
I sometimes say, "What is TV now? I have a robot with a
machine, more than too much.
Oh, your cast will be a modern day striker.
Yeah.
Oh, BB.
Do we obey running? Yeah.
Obey running, very, very sweet.
The boss
share when you man, and born in your turn and or the back Sane na do.
Yeah, no, yeah, sure.
Yeah, Obobasho.
Boy, you go to
Modern day striker.
Yeah.
Erling Haaland.
I say 50 goals. Bit me beating Ronaldo, Messi, Robert Lewandowski.
Imagine you Haaland.
Yeah.
Ana Hurricane movie.
Yeah.
Or this Manchester United team.
Oh, senior. Now Haaland na
Coach Rankaya no.
And yeah, now Manchester United so ba room here. They beat Champions League come over Manchester United. Unim Haaland ni Hurricane so ko to Benjamin Sesko. Why do you do this to yourself?
Coach line number 1. Yankwe. You throw me the agua. Open Jimmy so mon kan.
Richard, Barcelona went to Tyneside. Ada Ekofobisa say, I feel Tyneside. Tyne is a Oko Newcastle. Newcastle is in the northeast of England. And there is a river there called the Tyne River. And so it's the whole area is called the Tyne District. And Obi of you going for us, okay, I'm if we Tyneside. So Barca went to Tyneside, which is the northeast of England and now. We all expected that the game was going to be a little bit tough for them. But Rich, after the game, certain things have come out that makes me understand that when you're a coach, you need to learn adaptation. And then now, if you listen to Hansi Flake after the game, you listen to the likes of Bruno Guimaraes and the likes of, it is clear that Barcelona really adapted to the game. Bruno Guimaraes say Barcelona are an annoying team. They always want to keep possession and never get tired of controlling the ball. They make you lose your nerves. You don't touch the ball. So you get physically drained and exhausted. When you finally get it, you don't use it well because you are tired.
Perfect description.
Yeah.
Pedri guy in there. Kofi. Pedri. When you bought Bodo.
This is a Pedri need you better.
Oh, Kofi, me, mommy, in this uncle.
Yeah. Madrid for no
mommy uncle.
Is it not just
exceptional?
Is it just not just in a particular part of the pitch?
No.
And a Pedri exceptional.
Pedri only BBI. Genius.
But say Jude Wemos have more goals than assists, no?
Now Pedri wouldn't go, she.
Yes, but not as much as Jude. Which is our numbers now?
No, Jude, no. Oh yeah. So what did Jude compare with his Pedri? Jude, you're more of all Borussia Dortmund as social goals. Pedri ni born the bar me
anytime he says exactly anytime he says it's not just exactly anytime he say it's not with one part of the play as a midfielder because I've said it over here. So I don't think there's a more complete midfielder. All phases of play. See, listen, Anthony Gordon said, to be honest, we are not used to playing against players who keep the ball in this way. Yes, we have faced Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool before, but they were never like this. You see, before these games started, I predicted that two things will happen. The prediction said, Nipa obetinyama the opponents no abo ono ne ball. It ever say Newcastle Barca ball ono Newcastle ball. Newcastle beshe. Say Barca Newcastle ball no ball beshe. In the first 15 minutes, Newcastle were successful in letting Barca play their ball. Because Newcastle were pressing, they were aggressive. Hansi Flake say before I'm prepared for match, you know, okay, the players they say they should make sure say I'm conceding the first 20 minutes. Now he likened it to the Inter Milan game. It's no matter what team my friend Newcastle for them, they should be calm and control the game in the middle of the park, and that's how they'll be successful. Which in the first 15 minutes, the Newcastle press yielded no 100% result, but a man to the golden chance that he could have finished off, he did not. And also about Kubia, I think that Juan Garcia, Oboko the side. Which that's I keep on telling you, the Champions League is our moment too.
Sure.
And if you get a moment and you pick them up, that is what makes you stand out as a team. Which he spoke about Pedri right after the 15 minutes. When the other day, Pedri in Koedi. Mama Kacho say, I am so much in love with Frankie and what he brings to that Barcelona team. Everything he does on the ball, off the ball, the control, Frankie the young baby, it is literally the best. And I think there's two of our profiles now. Physical specimens are almost too aggressive, but then almost our control, almost technical ability, and almost also the calmness to calm down the gamer. Which I want to give me a day man Newcastle for them.
Champions League night, it's clear. And maybe I see a discussion. A competition, one, so one time Bobia. Ube Bobia. Like, you're naive because this is your first time.
Yeah.
And Ebasa, teams beat Barcelona and Real Madrid at this level, they know the competition. And so when Newcastle born on the Barcelona bona, Senenya Barcelona be quiet. The other teams are failing on Mobocha. If you can make me a best 7. But Barcelona at this level, Champions League no they know how to play it.
Yeah.
It means I never say at a point. Not Newcastle yet will make me be there, but almost you know.
And it's also about the same moment I can say Marcus Rashford, 2 moments, one aerially, and then boy from a very very tight angle. Or say technically because we are practicing from Colabrema.
That's what buying trademark.
Also we are practicing from Colabrema, so the technique is not a problem. The issue was when to get the confidence and go and kick Sabon, and he did it and he scored that goal. 2 goals on a night where Barca needed somebody was Marcus Rashford. I've said it here. Say Barca will get very, very good use of a branch friend Marcus Rashford because he is hungry. It's a player be able to beat Barcelona. Now say a common general. Ochire Yasin is a good player. These are the times that they step up. And then now, in the absence of Lamine Yamal, it was no Lamine, no problem. No Lamine, no problem for a branch friend Marcus Rashford. And then he got a job done. See, congratulations to them. Barca, I take you on my first sleep away from home. Now go in front of Mundo and his spotter. I'm Rashford, so a killer Rashford. And then now he got a job done. All around display, Juan Garcia, Jules Koundé, Pedri, Gavi, and one of Marcus Rashford. Even when he said, one person have been very critical of Gerardo Martin. I remember saying, Barca should find a better replacement for Alejandro Balde because Gerardo Martinez has been good. In 2 games, I think the Vallecano game and a couple of games, even in the league, since Alejandro Balde prior, Gerardo Martinez has been good. In the first half, was a little bit jitchy, but in the second half, when the team started to play, Gerardo was good. Again, Hansi Dieter Flick understood the assignment. When he said, all the big questions of Dieter Flick going into our match, and I want to explain to you more, and he said, who come out against Newcastle Rich with 2 centre backs and 1 elbow? Are you playing Christensen with Kubasi or you are playing Arao with Kubasi? And I kept on saying, you play Arao because who have physicality? Who have the enemy and deal better than Ben, Fabian, Sham, Etinaku. And also the smartness of Hansi Dieter Flick to reduce the line kakra. Who's the bass and bomb on normal high line? Only reducing line kakra just to make sure they can deal with the pace of Abrante friend Antonio Elanga because Rich Elanga on any day will worry any high line. Very pacey, very direct, and it was always going to hit it. Rich, Champions League match they won and I think that these 2 gentlemen obviously Obiakom Wasem. People focus too much on Pedri. He's the wizard, but for me, the master brain is the Dutchman, Frankie de Jong.
Me share Marcus Rashford and say, is it the Marcus Rashford that no Manchester? And this is a new Marcus Rashford na me no.
But it was Mutim when I'm more struggle. It's the whole Manchester United team is struggling. So if Marcus struggles there, it's normal. And
no, why is it that player be a free team ma okwa no excel? But in the Manchester team,
because the team in itself is struggling. So it's here they didn't come about environment.
Environment.
Which who's the day? Mr. Kasimichi was a rich. We underestimate the importance of a settled team. Marcus Rashford. I will free Manchester United, Echo Barcelona. Barcelona is a settled team. Urbano. There are people when you have the first game of Marcus Rashford. There have been games of boy. Yes, there have been games of boy. Some Barca fans said that I think one of those league games said he's not doing well. Even in the first half, I saw tweets from Barca fans not happy about him. But because it's a settled team, there isn't too much worry. Other people take some of the stress. But Manchester United, he is the main guy in a team that is struggling. Obebre. Manchester United team there, Breda. No, see, Rich, Marcus Rashford broke onto the scene at age 17. We forget this. Carrying Manchester United from somewhere around the age 19. United, Ebresa, let's get in coach, way born a left, way born a centre forward. He has gone through it. So getting a settled team like this was for him. And again,
So what the former rules you share CMU in the English media, you're super brave. So this was a big chance for him to prove to everybody and say, Musi a Newcastle may be boss about the edge man. And I think that congratulations to him. Sometimes in life, when you by force say foul her and foul her, go somewhere else. Maybe you foul him.
Me yes say.
Ochina ye the Ghana to soba 4:30 left hand side. Cha.
Me yes say environment need that toxic. MU players need to be more. We wouldn't say problem you but we need to figure it out.
Is that not the toxic, the environment that's not favorable? Or they mean you toxic, but not favorable.
How?
How? No, they mean how I know I'm not there, but then the players that come from there are thriving elsewhere.
I'm trying, but me to place me hand on it.
Scott McTominay.
Look at players every Manchester.
Yeah, Rasmus Holland just last weekend.
Players went now were there, but still now no me to be more.
Anthony.
So what happened?
Environment is not favorable.
Environment na day, there na.
That's what we need. I mean,
Kofi. Yetim there na, yetim there na. Environment na day. Sabi you chase can na day.
That's the kind of want to treat. It's the kind of want to treat. But I mean, it's just not good enough in terms of.
Me feel as a team na home. Yen tinas na yen share problem no.
What's the problem, Rich?
I don't know. I try, but I can't place my hand on it. Seriously.
Ochina, I'm only messing about 3 back now.
I was on the philosophy on Sunday and China. It was born and ye are personal and Yabesano. But personal no one Yabesano. Shall I go to place who was in
What's how much am I asking?
Oh, possibly.
Yeah. After buying the any day.
From the yes, young buying team.
And the buy game was there.
Oh, you say Chelsea. What are coming from the flanks? How many are there?
Flanks.
Men for born in Fifi.
There's a you
Chelsea who didn't need any in Fifi.
James in a yonum. Kukrea honor.
Baby, you're on temper. Unya, Olise type. Oh, Timua.
That's all. Now, who teams only Olise type?
Oh, Kofi.
Why do you listen?
That in Guamo. What do you propose, man? Give him the ball. Now, by Olise, man, simple. What do you propose, man? No trick. We also say Chelsea much nye. For born the wings, because if you are the head, the amateur born.
Chelsea,
honye. Adara biayu. I travel chaluba. Minute. Just for born the co. It does all my bishop and abish. Indeed, Ochina, we are trying as much as possible to do something about your neighborhood. Okay. You're from 3, no? Okay. At least, a year, possibly you better as a Chelsea.
Okay.
Yeah, you better
more confidence on Beshe.
Oh, from the Bayern game, yes, Shani Bibri. Don't attack Chelsea or Mayford. Ultimate. What if I born 4 flanks?
Even I'm on flanks for them.
Is it also cooking our bread?
It's the idea I'm
bread. Cooking our bread.
What's it?
It's your hand, you use.
Use a white ears on him now.
That's what Lisa actually.
Now, buying game now will be bigger.
What's it?
Buying game now will be bigger.
Buying game no.
Aye.
Oh, say Moka say, you know, FIFA Club World Cup no. No more per Bayern. Any am for Bayern, mamma, and your mom, PSG.
Yankazi per Bayern.
Oh, tie. Into Moka some chum bibi kakra. I were tiwa.
Aye. No more match.
Go for me no more.
How much rain? 3-1. Aye, 3-1. Almost match on Bobo.
3-1.
Yeah, they did very well.
They are very one level.
Yeah,
Champions League go finya kasa.
Now the PSG
a different competition altogether.
PSG no is at top level now.
Oh yeah.
PSG no is top level.
And PSG now on the boy.
You Bissau say.
And here FIFA Club World Cup.
Okay,
and I'm more of a pre-season tournament too. And a competition.
Okay, Mate.
And the honor us will be able to prepare no have a good season.
Mate.
And you won't say that your players on book game ni gidi. Everything I'm to say PSG no. And so we share PSG in the Champions League on Bashamo.
Okay.
On Bashamo.
And it's about to be share by 5.
Nah. Mumu group no dey me pity you guys oh. I pity you guys. We to share PSG. We to share Barcelona. Ebia teams no mun share any experience in the Champions League no. The meet your ball draw be win be all. But Barcelona, PSG, Bayern no na be share mu na we.
Okay.
Inexperience they show too much. Champions League na kakra mun sua no boni. Why?
Mun sua
no boni.
But and what's almost starting share.
oh yeah bashamo china de sama ma chemo trek no ye be shamba ya sa chemo kwa be fa so ye be chemo ti go fifa code ni tuja na ye nto aso mfa mamo
ka messages di ye na yanko
some kwa me ka benz as me ref say wo benz o good fellow
it says it
na do ref say me no bet
so yeah
me no ko bet say so o ka chem so no de ne car no so you should benz and also me family me car na say Bayern entimi and share Chelsea dia how they babechi and nyame adom Bayern aye aduma ne dia ma me enti bi kram ref say mo benz wa kra enti good fellow misrawo say wa wontimi mfa ma fasoma say me am me obi mra na o meje dia no meje ne fast na enko fa code ni tuja na ala wi no meto aso
but rich now you say 2 hours from last week and still they be boys ni dia no mu dio enti really. So if you are not staking there, then it's up to you because people keep on winning. Obiaya also Nyamisha and so it's up to you. And now 14 odds and a boy, and 5 odds, 2 coats and a boy. Really, you should take advantage of it. And then Monday and then Friday, and that from some of the games in the Spanish La Liga, Italian Serie A, baby or one of them. It is already so be tried. I'm so ready so no for a pen or paper. BW 125 E3 E74 in the first one. Second one a BW 125 E3 541. Third one a BW 125 E2A14. Next one a BW 125 B18FA. Which nyakano oko all of Fifi man for social media handles na be nya one Facebook, Twitter, every place. You get it with us.
Okay. And so that's it. I could see up your Richard. I believe the next personnel for Manchester United is Gary Saggett. At the end of affairs, the English media has already started. Gary Saggett. Ah, there, sir. Okay. That's it. Bismarck will be empire, but what was so Eddie? Ama Ishmael Quincy say. We just needed an Englishman to beat English team. Ishmael Quincy and now this message at the Abba Roland Fabregas say that in Buemo no okay, we're free. Richard Bampo, also Richard and bragging there. Okay, Mate. So and Ishmael Medin can't count the end of Quintino. You know, I mean, kind of powerful so dear Emfa. Emanuna. Bismarck goes to Empire la Enyakwain and also Emfa and my Oracle Fifi Wilson as CR7 saw it and spoke about it. Man United didn't listen to him. The matter of management, and I agree with you, yeah, problem now I've got to do with management. Your management style no say asana kakra. You enter the right players, you're spending on players as be omun deserve. And then when they about bedru baby address say you to be grand top A players papa no more I rescue team no. How they I agree with you 100%. Bismarck Ozuben Payala. Good morning. What you saying?
Oh, no yeah. That's a team na be young kitchen meaning baby free.
Oh, say no so much true. And I still na
I don't know.
Oh, into me anai.
Me die pa. That's a team young kitchen meaning baby free. But maybe I be fine.
What? Obe mama special mention sana ya to aso ana. It's a new segment. Special mention.
Hey, wait.
Ah, Trewano.
Oh, you better want some.
Okay.
You touch on it. Champions League in the say on it here. We read one message bina. One Chelsea fan I can say. Or can't Chelsea supporters in I say omunko makuma ntomiem. Na Paris Saint-Germain the last season omo Champions League no. Oman started group stages in the year. And how you start, where how you finish.
That's it.
But there's a big problem with Chelsea and this season Champions League, you know. And which you know, sometimes there are some Chelsea supporters who come as someone they don't take it well. But at least who state fact they are what they do with the facts probably on me at the IABB. Which say union to boss here now share Chelsea ni Bayern game ni bi you realize one thing. Chelsea team no lack a lot of experience. Europe. Look, men can't wait to throw Chelsea, but reach Conference League and the Champions League difference in the song. There are some mistakes that over here our Conference League you will not get punished, but over Champions League at the Allianz Arena against Bayern, with players means Hurricane and Rich, you make one mistake, you are punished. And goals change games. And see, loss of concentration, inexperience, indiscretion, one error, boom, now buaba, now starting changing game, no, at the amount. And I saw a lot of Chelsea players, any team now, and making errors via a soldier say no, this team probably may need 1 or 2 seasons to build on more capacity at the Champions League level, especially if they are playing the big boys in Europe. Now, Rich, Ubeji say Oko Chelsea website one. Out of 23 players at Chelsea are registered for the Champions League. Players in a combined Champions League appearance of 117 players. It is also Chelsea list of players to register for this year Champions League na year bona, which not also players one by one. The number of times Omaba Champions League will be there, which you will only get 117 appearance. Now, say the Obiba Tiasian, who compared to Bayern were 860. It's over Kimmich, over Pavlovic, Upamecano, Harry Kane, and Omomakana. Who come with Champions League appearances, boom, individual players now. Who come on Bayern squad now. Almost 860. And they will add this season to 8. But also Chelsea, who can reach almost only 117 appearances. Now, Rich, out of 117 appearances that Chelsea players no one. OBJ say, there always repair was James. Only the second, Jimmy Gittins.
Because of Dortmund.
Jimmy Gittins. Chelsea bomb match in about Tuesday and I said Wednesday. On the board game we 90 minutes, not 14 players. And a Chelsea AUC in the game. Which Ubejedi say out of 14 players in a Chelsea AUC, half Ember Champions League. Not even a single appearance at the Champions League. So you can imagine.
Made mistakes.
Yes. And see, LB again, Manus, I'm trying to be careful with my words. LBRH. FIFA Club World Cup na Chelsea kwaje. And the Chelsea supporters hopes say they are a very, very good team and they can play at the highest level. But Rich, say, what they say no me amabobo si to say nini pa. I think Chelsea fans the FIFA Club World Cup and they won it on merit. But they need a certain level of patience anytime.
Lower expectations.
Yes, for a team way to build more experience and exposure at the Champions League level.
Especially Chelsea. It
is all because of inexperience. Now, which when the the team videos in the TV, you can first go to Chelsea consider. Look, I am not saying say only say. And now 1v1 right hand side for a lot of teams. So almost more against Bayern. But Rich, you find say a and a trouble Chaloba a share. But the way the game was tight. at that time. So timer Bayern any free kick now. Which the pass to Olise, any Olise 1v1 cross into the box. You could clearly see say Chelsea lost concentration. Probably they thought Kimmich ever cross next him. Omuyan so possible number Olise. Omuyan so Olise the ball like Kobala or cross it, ball number Trevor Chalobah at home. Now you look at Harry Kane 2 goals for say, which and tell me say any Chelsea nana a gift Bayern 4 goals and the major problem, which major problem and they say over Bayern, which omitting me why not ayo like also man attention ba Harry Kane. So you shouldn't leave Harry Kane any space. Now it 2 goals now Harry Kane saying na. You watch the build up. And again, men find Chelsea players in the game because there were 40 passes. Na Chelsea na economy. Omu answer ball omu ankasa. I create a situation. For instance, her first goal now Harry Kane saying, look at who showed baby Harry Kane a fever farmer which he was as he said Obian Pombeno. Free. Let me take you back. Look at Harry Kane. Show me what you know. Strike up Harry Kane. Oh, boss you, and there's no marking on you like that. And in the moment I'm on the third one, look. Once Cancelo had to go back and commit the penalty.
Maybe to say Kukurea. I don't know, say no bread here. There be already the space between One Olisa. What? The Bobo no my branch and Jibo contra no Bobo.
Who say? Last time in Obakaya, maybe Kaza move here. Chelsea transitions, they are still learning it. Make up transitions now, which Chelsea can't anymore. There are a lot of movement with the players now. But who do elite level with CCA? Yes, sir. Uye Kukwera. Your training regimes any your tactical regimes, which your Chelsea will say the morning anymore. You need to move from left backward to either inverted and I say overcut to the byline, say the over as a winger. You want pushy area, gatings and also let to move inside. Which, if that is your orientation, play your coach. In a game at this elite level, which see the only say to us, you will be confused. And I'm injured. And I'm only saying or a trick remember the gap. Because which Sausha friends go now. It was close to him. But just one flick of a pass from Olise, he created a penalty. And it's all you had in India. All you have to do is Mamma Brent and the Gab Kaka. Or did you actually not no face problem. Now, we should go here with Kitchener, which you look at the build up to the second goal crowd here West. What was wrong with Malo Gusto? What was wrong with him? Alright, it is a learning process. And it's a chance for no, if they will listen and inquire, they will have to learn the hard way. Team, strong team, very, very talented team, but at this elite level, the rich. So what the numbers in any idea, will check a kind, probably to take time. Say team abroad, match they won in the Champions League, 22 wins in a row for team and friend Bayern Rich. And Obakaya, the preview, we were talking about say Chelsea our squad here, but Bayern history at this level, especially in the group stages, very, very, very strong. And also for me, that is what caused Tima, your friend Chelsea or more lose. They have a very, very inexperienced team when it comes to Champions League contest. Liverpool had a late win against Atletico Madrid. Paris Saint-Germain started with defense, very, very well. Inter, share Ajax 2-0. Our Wednesday games, Now, Rich, Enra, I will start the Newcastle Barcelona analysis, from Asama and Tony Gordon Ekai, and just ask few viewers and waiting, Rich, Champions League, a eye-opener tournament, a bit level. It is because Rich, when we are Ubo EPL, we share Liverpool, we Ushia Chelsea, Ushia Manchester City, Manchester United. But Rich, the Champions League will allow you to meet other countries' football. And when you meet it like that, Rich, then you know, say, hey, Bona Yabo are different from Bona or Bibo on the bed, you know. Listen to Anthony Gordon. The way they keep the ball is a learning experience. They are the best I have played against in that sense of the game. And we've played against top teams like City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Arsenal.
And the Newcastle no news is saying now Barca ball.
Rich, sometimes you have knowledge of something, but to experience it is different.
Okay.
Only pass and go for only bobo. But Rich, so only could park no so now only neighbor. For instance, you go for baby or share passports. Oh, YouTube, Facebook, TV so baby. But Rich, when they come here, not artist studio, not your program now. It's a new experience to the person. That is what Anthony Gordon is saying. Or say, England one how many City abo, how many Liverpool bo, how many Chelsea bo, how many Arsenal bo. But you clearly say, the way a bus of follow, actually kuta bo on the bono. I am near Ojo Park Nisumia, not Oceania. And if you so bad, you see as a player, that is the best team on the ball. Rich, look, you are talking about Pedri and Frankie de Jong. Rich, those guys.
Running ball.
I'm not worried about too much. Sure. Me, I am not blaming Tina, your friend Newcastle for the way they set up. Obeka Sarentina, Uni Isak, Wakotovo Tamada. Now Tina bench, especially when no was shame goal in the last game, which was the first win among in the season. Why do you bench him? Rich, it was against Barca. Barca started the game with Araujo and Kubasi. So Oman is center half or yeah bulkier. The only thing they will do is to give that one to Araujo. And I don't know. But now if a honorable here, it is easy to be with him. And here the house daddy. I will play with the front three of Harvey Barnes, Elanga, and Anthony Gordon. Barca will not get a typical center forward or make it so only near Barca team no every team they love to attack you. It is not boom with players or making Yama counter attack any pace. Correct decision. Number 2, you place Barcelona team no. It is over here. Rich and FIFA nobody are trying. Tonali, Gamares, any Jolinton. Anytime Barcelona ever started on transition, Rich, they were 1v1 on Fermin Lopez, Frankie de Jong, and Pedri. 1v1. But Rich, sorry, after 15 minutes, I'm pressing and giddy with Dideno. The moment you realize, okay, now let's calm down. Now you say, even in tight spaces, you just play the ball to Frankie. He will know how to take care of it. Pedri Musa say, "Omo control ball even under pressure no." And how the Musa game no move. And omo 2 omo 7 omo kase chale. Ya pressing confirm no mo high intensity football. But these guys, omo ball inside omo eyes e omo blood no. Only dey dey ban no plan no ball on fair pass. Untimi say won jana chipa won dey ahode. O say oh for more ni mama na enye Jolinton dey jamechi. For mama nah, Rich, probably will go too much. Look, I respect Frankie de Jong. Barcelona me fooding and the favorite is Frankie. But Rich, Pedri, no.
Too intelligent.
Too much. He's so silky. And oh, that.
Yeah, can see ball.
Easy.
Ball no see no.
And Rich, he does it with a lot of elegance, And as a ball on them, as on chain, he does what he likes with the ball. At on one pace, or down, cross one down, and you also get names, but you just can't take the ball off him.
Marcus Rashford so call Barca for front. Omo ye trainer. So to me shepherd in this.
Only body but too much. Only body but too much.
So once we more point to catch us massa. too much.
Too much.
Born yes.
Too much.
That's what you're about to. Over pass.
Also, Daniel. Who say? Which Otimiji ball? Not get one side. We just want move on the 9 right or 1 down with 1 movement and 10. Nothing. Game no, obi all right no. We're moving game in a collect. Probably move gives you a lot when you are playing as a team. No, then I'm coming to see Marcus Rashford. No. Only say, which I knew football saying was going to give us a Marcus Rashford story simply because Yako England. Football, sanity. Sankenan ke baya, Adrian Kamekayan can go for because of the cost come. And I would have said, once we are going to England as Arsenal, with Lamiyama, I won't go game, which means Rashford will start. Which Obenya more playing time about game because all started. And Sebastian Obenya did do England as Arsenal, he will do it. But I wasn't expecting him to do it. Because I don't know Newcastle for no. And he gave Barcelona a certain level of cushion. So after the first goal, and before they will come on bar, they make me show my second goal. And the second goal was just blockbuster rich. Blockbuster from Abantia, your friend Marcus Rashford and Anthony Gordon. And they've made their conversion. And Omar Gitu said, look, at this level for Newcastle, over Champions League here. Team this Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Mu, Arcesiano, yes, we will use it as a learning curve. Now your team improve. You also first win, very very important for Tina. Your friend Barcelona.
Now, Ebenezer says exaggeration. Anyway,
on my Pedri, then and I said
on Pedri.
Oh, that's all on Shabo. So Shabo.
Maybe I'm Barcelona.
Of course.
Pedri Bobo now to Maybe to a Chelsea. But a Kupama de Bois. Who said, we
very orientation. Omufia no modi omunko ntia mfa ne sa
Chelsea for you two for muntio
mfa ne sa ne yemko enumerate
Champions League enya FIFA Club World Cup o yo sa na mko jeje ba no 3-1 afena mhu dia mo ka bi yo we mko
which here to sekwana okay enkumo bi a we be bi after Pep Ekolu suit to Brighton and Hove Albion assemble okay after the game
kai me kakra.
We have changed a lot this season. Last season. We have a base that is still very good. And the new players are really good too. It's a question of clicking and finding our momentum to start winning games. And that is going to happen. I brought this coach after Man City lose to Brighton and Hove Albion. And the Mercator said, Pep say, Nitino, are you good? Players from the Obama, they are good. They are kind of say, on back clicking, no make hitting momentum. Rich, since all kinds of saying, you know, we about 2 games. Or Manchester United 3-0, and we was Napoli 2. The question then say, has the Man City team started to click? And the master said, I'm picking momentum and Rich, the last time at City. And one of the best seasons of Munya under Pep. Do you know who was their best player? Phil Foden. He was voted the best player in the Premier League. Last time at City, yes. Now, all of a sudden, Phil Foden has started picking from him. And which the moment your key players are only due to success pay. As I say, almost finance our form now under you. Look at play this Wadri. Wadri, ladies, able to taking it out the crowd. Rich was starting woman itself a young cat Johnny Renders as any day. And all of a sudden, and a massive team, no, as I start to say, and I don't know whether it is what Pep Eka and I am manifesting on what they are. Rich, Donnarumma about 2 games, 2 clean sheets. And yes, a short to go on so. And then yes, games in Kitwao. I was in a Manchester derby, then in the Champions League against Napoli. 2 clean sheets. And I'm sure I say, when I was saying the best goalkeeper was available on the market because of their cost for France, people said, hey, no. Oba City team were hitting the grounds running. And there were teams that visibly no more goalkeeping problems. Omatina Hama Man City Ama Edison Kok Turkey and Uncle Fado Naruma and Nabeda Pomo. It's a quality that's why a machine. For the goalkeepers, man, which he had a lot of options. But me as well in charge of one as I'm trying to keep on say, "Ah, wow, way." It was young show. The guy, he knows how to score goals. In the Champions League, or say 15 at Dortmund, or say 8 at Salzburg, or say 27 at Manchester City. Now this is born an American. What did you born a man for the new? Or boy, look, you say you are chest grab ball. And any BT keeper no, which the keeper didn't expect how to be meeting a ball also sir. I said the one I want or meeting one going keke. And I'm on the side goalkeeper no one born echo say, look, this guy is a monster. And to have scored early 50 with 49 matches in the Champions League here. Rich, and the guy is a destroyer. And look, Omamaka says that Abia probably exaggerating, which the fastest appearance to reach 50 goals. Look at the place I come as a move. Ruud van Nistelrooy, Lionel Messi, Lewandowski, Mbappe, Benzema, Cristiano Ronaldo, Raul Gonzalez, Thierry Henry.
Yes, Champions League na Ronaldo.
Yes, he is Mr. Champions League. The great Thierry Henry and me. The greatest Lionel Messi and me. Look, this guy is a different monster. And a Jeremy Doku and so edit Nidia Ekan. Which what is the other side of the first goal? Over to Mana Funk for us over 5-1. Sporting there, they were expected to win. Now, I enjoy Copenhagen and the Leverkusen game in the rich. Copenhagen has a first goal. And a Grimaldo Abu free kick asset 1-1. And I'm sure. And I'm going to share club good in Monaco. Which me come by ya. Don't I 1-1? Now 2-2. It was a very, very nice game. Remember, the blue for the year Monaco for no. It's a one should be a correspondence. I gave the blue for no. The clear chances. Oh, I'm very, very good. These are the lines. Rich, you're starting to show. When we see early days here, you know, Champions League, you say format not to sound. Your book group stages now. One qualifier could be playoff and one extra games. And your identity or chances, you know, start to kick in the moment you're getting a starting competition, you know. Want to reach.
Benedict Frimpong say players who have the flair and technique on the ball are lovely to watch. But you can be deceived on some quality of player who don't have the flair. What was Oche saying? It's a flair there. Spanish players, because of the or the Spanish game, no? Because Spanish game, then you kick and run. Oh, now you pass it, okay. And you know, anytime they are
which is what English game, no, I am more direct. Pass, long pass.
They're very kick and run.
Yes, great. Say like physically, you need to be there. Great. It's the English midfielders, no. The finest we've seen, let me say, Paul Scholes, no. The passing range and great. So no both 15. Lampard mo. They will give you pass. Great. So, Oko Germany for no. Because of football north, any the way we show academic football, no, they grow up to be more technicians. Into a technique, no. Into Gundogan mo, Ozil mo, Bastian Schweinsteiger mo, FM Beck mo. It's a technicians. So, bobo na baby already applied to the ball. You could say, I could only ball or touching ball as Tony Cruz or ball star be say I could a technician. But Rich, in the modern game, what players be say Xavi, Iniesta, David Silva, from Santi Cazorla, Spanish class, Fabian Ruiz, Wadri, Omode Banu. A combination of the technique, then the passing range, then the finesse. And I'm trying to flare no. The finesse no. Sa Iscomo 10 or 360 Iniesta in tight spaces. Now we bought 1-2 pass. O my son Dutch footballers no. Omuni BBA, but they do it with elegance, finesse. I don't know what we different, Rich. Why do you think, say, Pep wanted to build a team in England? Then he said, okay, me best me DM no, Spanish. Mikel Arteta moves away. Akofa Zubimendi aba. Why? Argentina, they want their DMs, Spanish coaches, no. They want their DMs to be the Spanish boys, no. There is a certain addition to a game now, Rich. They bring to your food and amount. Look, even Paris Saint-Germain team, no. Memaka say people understand. Oh, Vitinha, top guy. But Rich, so who book game now? The Vitinha they now never see Yebian. Say Fabian Ruiz so Wuswa. It becomes a different ball game altogether at the amount.
You referee na yenshen komo twetwe na se from the CAF Champions League prelims no. Ochina Gold Stars and Etia na anopai me hanams inti Gold Stars e boss Saturday. Ade chi Sunday na console board the same pitch.
They go pitch no. And no akotoko e train no Accra Sports Stadium. And then Matison Bay ho. And yeah, start about games in there. It means all the mandatory training
and also so the pressure be kwa Class Sports Stadium no.
So what?
And then be ya once a bedroom maybe no say crucial Class Sports Stadium. Nya kwa be fufu.
No, but so what? They all can no crave because you have a lot of games in a short time. But they Nansen go for catch and say because he more league matches or near reserve pitch for blast hour matches and any ceremonial games, you know. I'm as a pitch in here. I say you're more in the pitch in here good. But what we are saying is say even the best of pitches will we are say. So we training sessions etwaso ebo mandatory training sessions ebo games mienu etwaso sania.
I think
we will have a certain concern for pitch, you know. Maybe Pipe say Rich Kotoko will play on Sunday, which probably will be the last game on the pressure pitch. How good will be the condition? You know? Because Kotoko will need a very, very good pitch pass to also play on game now. Episode bono na o de cobra me
yente
from
why
yes kabili for
omo me ma wo
na omo ba no kutokuto bu pillow o sa pictures no
pillow
omo suni nyina kuto omo oh me say social media for omo fan to to ne enhwe which omo ba omo pillow omo be da so nyina kutokuto omo
say the enti
I say bi so
yeti from Promanso ahead of Omne JS Kabili game out China eba so our the Accra Sports Stadium no say honboa no eti saying.
Oh no, to some extent when you are very experienced, I think you know how to go about the game. You know the quality of players you have. But for us, yes, we are going to make it for the first time. So you should be able to do better to be able to get to where they are. Although we need they are very, very at the strong side. But then it's not going to scare us. We are going to make sure we also get a very good result in the Saturday's game. We had our first game in the GPL last week. Yeah, we won against Bichim, and that has set the tone for us to play JSK on Saturday. I think we are set. Yes, now we've also psyched the boys, and then I think they need to understand certain things in the competition.
Okay. And the coach from Paul Manso ahead of how many JS Kabili game no and I say or can cry. I mean Obian him say Gold Stars team no I feel almost so Kobo African experience in incident you was JS Kabili no mundo omo African level no ma bobu bia experience no awo ho Saudi omumienu na etun sene a in terms of experience ye the ball competition there JS Kabili for no will be omo Gold Stars cry there league no ma bo omo first match omo share there but Ojide said, Yama baby was cycling and ranting ahead of Yamia Adoma or China game now among any air cabida for no. And so, my main fact of the and so Prakunafi, me Bamoa, never be up as or dear Shasi di Fribiano, or de Ashe a dear Friho. Coach Kaimzito, and so that the Kotoko room Yamia Adoma on Sunday against Kora United of Air Nigeria. Now, Kaimzito so ready for Air Kora game no.
I would say it's good. We are fighting to put things together. Luckily, we are just from the preseason and we tested our energy against Brekum, and then we saw where we went right and then where we went wrong. So we are here to polish it before meeting Kwara United. So we are set. If I come out to tell you all what I knew about them, it means I'm exposing myself. I'm also making them see my preparation or my intention towards them. What I think they played 3 matches before or 4 matches before coming down here.
Okay, Kaimzito and so the no see after omo Chelsea game ni we no baby omo ye mistakes omo correct it the omo ya de so no omo be shemu kina se na be against Kwara no omo betimi aba omo mode na baby so mu tie ni a Ambusan say na Kwara for no wa he omo ni mo na say na be si approach no so approach ni do on person obeka because o kaso o kan ni na e ba sa Kwara for no so no omo don so but the onim ni say wa show omo at least omo bo games be 3-4 bia wa show omo and I go pama no so na be kire kwanya oni ni team kotoko so no be set up na omo e de e share team ye from say Kwara United of Air Nigeria ko bi e de tete o kakra nim say china no e benya time pa na ya discuss a game na nkasa so far preparation yen 2 teams na ya omo de kobo Africa no oyo okay obi abo 1 game Gold Stars share ne de Sanso na kotoko so ko Brekum ko share against Brekum Chelsea omo di share Kwara we so share JS Ekabiri.
I think when it comes to preparation I will not be able to put a finger on how much Kotoko have done and how much BBNE have done. Especially in terms of the detailed part of the preparation, how many of the games of Kara and Kotoko Ashe almost prepares tactically for the team or even for themselves as well. And I think one of the things that's important in our competition be seeing the confidence level and the psyche. So Osho first game away now break a jinx that you've not broken for a very long time. It gives you good confidence to go into a game like this when you're going to play in an African game, which is very positive. It's something that they had not done in a very, very long time, if not
15 years.
Yeah, 15 years. It was good for Kotoko because Emma Kotoko needed mental fortitude to go into the Kwara game. So your arch rivals Bakwa or any more in terms of region, we are Jumana against them. Then it gives us that confidence to go and play them, which is good. The good thing, however, is that Kotoko Nigerian opposition, Kotoko good record against them. I think it's going to be about a third in the last few years. Or maybe we need all 3. This is going to be the 4th. The 3 prior in Kotoko Ashe. So Kotoko in Nigeria 4 bad. They get results for the whether home or away. Kotoko are good at getting results against Nigerian opponents. And Rich, when you talk about Kwara is not the big name of Nigerian football. And I'm saying some Nigerian journalists.
I think that's what Fifi is
Yeah.
referring to. Kotoko against Nigerian Stars, at home 3-1 against Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeshe Wiki Torres, Torres. 2008 Kotoko share 4-1, and then Ancien Dolphins, and also 2008. Rangers then was 2-4, and 2008 were Wiki Torres and our Dolphins so 4-1. See, Kotoko record will fear against Nigerian sides or Africa. No, very, very good.
See, I mean, I think that Kotoko are in a very good place for it. There are other important bit of his a partner. So how Kotoko manages the game and if the coach has prepared Waller, it's an opportunity. You see, so only West African side a bar. It is not too different. We know exactly how we play and how they play. A Nigerian side, they would be physical, they try to control the ball, but it's also about who game plan are they going. That's what I'm saying. Is some of the preparation it comes down to if they or how the coach has watched them and the preparation towards it. And now I'm going to go training with Accra. It was a good training. Big Joe Muniari, they said it was a very, very good training when they watched the Kotoko team train at Accra Sports Stadium. And that's among the confidence they can play against Kwara and then beat them on Sunday. We'll see how it goes. For BBN Gold Stars, me, I'm not too worried about JS Kabili coming here. North African sides are Bagana means so. Honestly, I'm not scared of them. And in 2 games, that's my problem. Now I'm show you what we'll do when we go away. JS Kabili near the top level North African side. Or a North African side that can be beaten by us. And again, say only North Africans they ball that's all sure. At this time of the year, no. After no league, no say yeah, nothing start a league, no. League at this time, they wanted to change our calendar, no. Just so league number be share CAF Confederation is the CAF Champions League. So they are playing more league games now. And then that they are playing games. Tunisia, Algeria, all of them they are playing a lot of games, especially for the Egyptians. So they are trying to fuse it to get to this point where Omonomo already match fit. We are now getting into the season. So can we force a big win here? After the car away, especially in the case of BBN Gold Stars. So there's an opportunity for Ghanaian teams now to play well and then get a success.
You may say watch the time.
Sure.
Now we discuss
the game na nkasa nkomo dey.
Mente huni. Sekotoko. Efrimu against Kwara. I'll be very, very surprised if this Kwara team Kotoko. Between Bebiani Gold Stars and JS Kabili, Bebiani are underdogs, but there's a way to approach a game as underdogs. Pressure news so. Just like Fifi said, North Africans, rich. The moment
we no nje dem game plan
dia. Omo angasa kra wo come away no assist omo ni mbobo. Wo show omo ochina ho. One way you conclude ansem go for omo ni said dem mbobo bi asa.
Bo back no ada form.
Bo no kra bo no tan. Oh, he just playing to frustrate you. Who quality no. If you watch the side omo bo fear because omo ni mbobo kra. But Rich, you will be surprised this same team in 15 minutes in Algeria can score you 4. They will come and play Sabono. How Bebiani will approach the game. We will discuss. Rich, there are sometimes being an underdog is good. Ujitum, say other form is good. Kotoko. Also Kotoko team Shakwara home and away. They are not a good team. Now. The only thing I say, you're in Nigeria for now. Rich, we have too much of rivalry. I mean, no Mushabia, whether at club level as not acquire game. Rich, pedigree, quality. Bibia Kotoko broke one for so. Bibia me tie. Be 2 weeks ago, Rich, and I'm a catcher me who say. And whenever I have this feeling, it has always been positive. Rich, I think Kotoko will even play better in Nigeria against Kwara than Omabo of here. Kotoko will play better, far better game. Kotoko will do much. I don't go for one the kind of boy. Kotoko go away and put in fee.
Kotoko nkomoni edio.
Yes.
Omuko za game ko omne ayi career go no mbo no. I think am say Togo baby.
Yes.
Kotoko share 1-0. Obi aso so akwacha 1-0 away dia.
If you know we
career go be trinity.
of a film penalty.
You ain't a penalty score of a film.
Me say, that is why I'm saying, say, me Giri say, Kotoko Kwara. Kotoko will play their best game against Kwara in Nigeria. And if they are able to do well in Accra, they are gone.
Okay.
They are gone. Rich Africa. Midi Kwame Peprechi Kakrano. I was following him when on a Pirates Eba Africa. And him who say, apart from Utima War, a Numan Kitting Kitibi, Rich preparation, planning, and Sika. And who was Sikana now to me preparation and planning ye? Momona Hotel Papa. Momon Shano Papa. And the GDM Grabber players him said they are good enough. Rich, Orlando Paris team and somebody about Champions League. Any team Papa Biao. But Rich, Usha Adidas skate. Uko Utukwaya Oda 5-star hotel. Ukon them enough. And no maybe I did professional football or medical team solid, official solid. And mount some confidence be say unborn the bopa. That is why the North Africans in the BTN almost scared to the extent say they are well prepared.
On the charter flight, Beba.
What you say? Yes, Obiani plain cabo nichawa. Or you drinks and so Benom Bibia. You hear a more proper medical checkup. Oh, like Ayasano Mano, it's a plan is pack in this one. Oh, confidence, chill. Boy, the confidence never. And see, I know man kissing kitty. Before you get there, you must be consistent. No what to form, no what to form, no one say adieu next time because me couldn't yes sir. Yes sir. The only thing I could tell Ghanaian clubs is say we've not had one Ghanaian club. Forget about your league standard near there or you're consistent to Africa. Second, they be our court, yeah, you know, no court, and Kakano, a film, and by this time, and we will not measure that team with Ghanaian football standards. Koto Kwane has to build that. Rich Oko Tanzania, and then league people be on more younger money, some the other leaders, or much of Mama can cry.
I like class women.
You see,
say, in France, Koto Nigeria, not the charter flight.
Yes.
Or JBR 5-star hotel. Proper medical team.
Yes. Players now consuming. Just say yes. We are giving you proper. Rich. A team that has over 5 million supporters. And your supporters in this kind. I have
supporters on stadium. And me know night ye. Yen say yen crew high, yen clubs no. Only now survival gate process.
You see,
supporters in Zoom stadium. How do you get the money?
A
team like Ghost Stars Empire may bon say. Ochina, for instance. Inexperienced in show be no more chances no be at least shadow donor because North Africans, like you said, I won't buy almost a bomb. Babako Algerian, or no metro Samasa, born in Bochem.
You see,
it's a bomb pass or China, for instance.
The history of Sub-Sahara, South Africa, East Africa. Club will be at Timakoya or North Africa. First of all, the moment you get there and you are not intimidated, I'm fans of mass of flesh. Who will be put up?
Parking is
yeah, and then you maybe, and then you men are them, and almost so some Kenyan Jabi, and almost the woman brain, so settle without that environment now. You play your game, but Rich, how do you do it? It takes experience. What will be that? Yeah, question board.
Clubs and also you're consistent.
That is the problem.
They following your own call.
Before Haas did it, they were consistent. Or consistent former. After I'm come say, oh, say wait. Last year, I say, Avi, so we need to be there consistently. And sanity me about this idea. And not say my money young amo. Economy to form. Say so we could be more so no. Mamelodi Sundowns and the Paris. We could more so be because they face it. Economy to form. So I know about no co. With the bona. One day he will know this is your trick. And we need to get there.
Okay.
We need to get there.
All right. Therefore, I'm finna try humrana. Yemeto so fama. But before I be try huno. On the corporate games in Ebaso.
Yes.
The Lab FM corporate games, Nyame eya aduma dwumadi no. In fact, Oshe games are Ebaso on the Saturday, 11th October na. Games in Muham papa. It be a football, CO penalty kicks, female 5-a-side football, volleyball, table tennis, sack race. In fact, games in the break, draft, pool games. And you're trying to start the phobia.
No question
That's officer check.
No question say. Yeah, I corporate world hono. Mostly ejuma efie air condition mutina.
Otikem.
Car mutina. Ube kwa udi dikwa na oda.
Yeah.
Nti your life na one way do. Exercise ankasa nse da nim. Enu nti na multimedia say, ye the corporate games ba. Which ye will be more corporate institutions in the mumpa. Omunim sports be here, but obi anim. Wabo volley da. Wabo basketball bi da. Wakwa America da. By ene uko bank wa miane tie in the suit. Ni mu kwa eduka kenti unim say wa yesa de ne da. Okakwa ne nkofo nyini. But a yes corporate games we know. And a yes no many nyina pie. Enti o exercise it. Na dia we una usana we no. Wo say nya akonya ye biem na nkofo a utuku ache o ma hu say unuma de ne ye. Then above or rich, ni yasa dia build friendship ni network. On ti bank for ni sia o mo ton we na. No waka for account ni bra. On sa no man. What yes enti networking and exercising there. The corporate games is giving you a very, very nice platform. Near to me, I sound of an album. Say, if you are 230 years from Rofia, no be a garrison, my bob, I mean, and I will say, what Mobika, and ye, Nami de Minimum say, one say, or Matrama Zandu, a jatum so a coach. Zanu, if you can crowd, or Momusa cry, okay, also a coach.
Bema wo Johnson ni mu pai ebikam eyawo
etwaso ebo mandatory training sessions ebo games mienu etwaso sadia we will have a certain concern for pitch you know or nti maybe pai boni say Rich Kotoko will play on Sunday, which probably will be the last game on the pressure pitch. How good will be the condition? Because Kotoko will need a very, very good pitch pass so to also play Omu game now. Omu episode Omu Bonona. Oh, they are cobra.
Why?
Yes, Kabili phone.
Omu mema.
Na Omu Bonomu kutokuto Omu pillow. Who's our pictures no?
Pillow.
Omu suni ina kutomo. Oh, Messiamu social media for Omu fan to 20 years. Which Omu ban Omu. Pillow mo beda so nyina gutokuto.
Say the enti.
I say biso.
Yeti from Promanso ahead of Omne JS Kabili game or China eba so our the Accra Sports Stadium. No say Amboano at saying.
Oh no, to some extent when you are very experienced, I think you know how to go about the game. You know the quality of players you have. But for us, yes, we are going to make it for the first time. So we should be able to do better to be able to get to where they are. Although we need they are very, very at the strong side. But then it's not going to scare us. We are going to make sure we also get a very good result in the Saturday's game. We had our first game in the GPL last week. Yeah, we won against Bichim, and that has set the tone for us to play JSK on Saturday. I think we are set. Yes, now we've also psyched the boys, and then I think they need to understand certain things in the competition.
Okay. And the coach from Paul Manso ahead of many JS Kabili game no and say or can cry. I mean Obian say Gold Stars team no I feel almost so African experience in the news JS Kabili no mundo omono African level no ma bobu bia experience no awo ho so do mu mienu na etun nia in terms of experience ye the competition ni the JS Kabili for no will be omo Gold Stars cry there league no ma bo first match omo share there but Ojide said Niama Baby was cycling and ranting ahead of Yamia Adoma or China game now among any air cabida fono. And so about my main faculty Diano and so Prakunafi me Bamoa. Never be a person dear Shasi di Fribiano or de Ashe a dear Friho. Coach Kaimzito and so that the Kotoko room Yamia Adoma on Sunday against Kora United of Air Nigeria. Na Kaimzito so ready for Air Kora game.
I would say it's good. We are fighting to put things together. Luckily, we are just from the preseason and we tested our energy against Brekum. And then we saw where we went right and then where we went wrong. So we are here to polish it before meeting Kwara United. So we are set. If I come out to tell you all what I knew about them, it means I'm exposing myself. I'm also making them see my preparation or my intention towards them. What I think they played 3 matches before or 4 matches before coming down here.
Okay, Kaimzito and so the no see after our ball Charles game we no baby mistakes correct it. The the answer no also be a part of it.
We just corporate institutions be register. Now I can't close because games
11th October.
Oma register a planning games And it's our corporate institution and now we a Juma be now say we don't call for participate. I'm sorry and intentem
kakra. O for number 0245 594 425 Jumadi am the most posted center ma be so asene de tell say this month a posted month and into screening. Na bema bia na makacho se posted there oh ho say check it said the honsam no AC e continue me adoma o china mimi ayade a the Moses process centers ni na no ye be screening no kama pa na ha ma bibia no enso e kama 0246 360 906 aya minche we na yinwie
Mr. Man numbers na e to dwa for corporate games the same number and our community bia na Insure FM ye inter-community soccer quiz obese participate and offer the same number Mr. Wa go for be send me and I be join the number be na me frɛ number na reach a boy reach so many so besi be ma yeah community soccer quiz for the same number na register community 24 communities and I pay we are Mama Ketching na yesemu muntimi enye part of it reach udesi number
0245 594 425 0245 594 425 Ofreana on the din komono
Saturday di enemy 20th of September Bonfa Stores e de yakọ bono ni akọ have the bono experience e wo ho yakọ Botan Caves and Mountains yabekọ Fiema Monkey Sanctuary yabekọ Kintampo Falls any baby bebre di say yakọ e wo the bono region enti kan ho na yentimi enko yabenya canopy walk yabenya picnic vibes yabe feed monkeys no ni akọ cave hikes e wo ho e 500 cedis per wo air condition bus e do be kodo be ba aduane snacks, entry fees, games, bars party, and a free photo shoot. Any all activities in our 500 listening into a F4. Yanko release stress, Nyanko creating memories, and kaya memories are your water dano. A Saturday way by 20th of September, and a Bonfa Stores at the Yakobuno. 5 a.m. boom, na ya 2 free Aija, Echo Center Road, hey, I been Victory Baptist Church. Odotobi Rural Bank, Tech Junction branch in the cheap and ye betu a dear floor, a band number 9 year. Na ya ba friend numbers me anyway, na a book you seats our bassinim, na Yanko Bono 0531 190068 0531 090068 and I said 026 16 71 686 026 16 71 686 na yane Bonfa Stores and go have a wonderful bono experience 2025.
I think for the mercy Adam Kasse to us nyame Adam be sign the mercy ochina 9 o'clock akram
Commander francophones.com please what and your family woman kuta yemu ma wiai brazil team